and go. Let's do this. It's story time, indeed. Indeed it is. It is story time. Hello, everyone. Hello. How's everybody do? So good to see you all. Still have a disc defragging that I can't stop in the middle of, so there's that. Crossing our fingers for no tech gremlins today. Everybody, need all the juju. No tech gremlins. We have done multiple test streams to make sure we will have no tech gremlins, but this is the Dusty Thunder Show. If there's one thing you can count on, it's tech gremlins. So good to see everybody. Hey, Jenny Riordan, Bay Fox, Donna Johnson, Mercy, Crystal Phoenix Rising, hello there, Plotbug, Mercy. Elf is your favorite? Yeah. Long Kiss Goodnight or Gremlins? Talking about favorite holiday movies. Holiday movies. Elf, Love Actually, The Holiday. A Year Without a Santa Claus. Amanda Derrick, I have not seen that one. What's up, Frankie J's mama? Good to see you. Hey, Kayla, Karen, Shaper Cutter, Ellen, what's up? Fane, all clear there. Thanks so much. For now. Harry Potter? Is Harry Potter a holiday movie? Can you say that?
Absolutely.
I mean, if Die Hard's a holiday movie.
Die Hard.
If Die Hard is, then yeah. The Grinch, yeah. Jenny, your sister-in-law had 2 surgeries. Her back has rods and screws. Her top 2 vertebrae were fused to the third, and she's up and walking off pain meds, etc. Damn. Wow. All the healing, quick healing vibes for that. Yeah, of course, Die Hard's a Christmas movie. Of course. Hey, Sophia, good to see ya. I was gonna say Home Alone. I actually think currently, Christmas Chronicles is probably my favorite current Christmas movie. Jurassic World is a holiday movie too. So, well, let's put it this way: Are there any movies that aren't holiday movies? Lord of the Rings, is that's a holiday movie too? Apparently. Rise of the Guardians. Okay, what's not a holiday movie? Nicole Truello dropping some bolts in pickerel. Grandma Shark do. Alondra sings. Kayla, Fane, Christian Museum Girl, Candy C, OKB, Chick Chief, Dark Angel, thanks for the love. We are actually going for what is it called? Fest Burst. We're going for 4K of those to get Candy Thunder up here to get us started here. You've Got Mail. That's a good movie. It's been a long time. Ann Bracker says Alien is not a holiday movie. Mickey Mouse Christmas movies, those are pretty good. I don't know. I guess this only applies if you have like toddlers, but they've done something weird with Mickey lately, and they've kind of made like a Ren and Stimpy version of a Mickey Mouse show. You remember Ren and Stimpy, right? Shout out, chat. Do you remember Ren and Stimpy? You remember how they did like the really grotesque close-ups? Like all the veiny eyeballs and like just tongues and like really gross things. They do that kind of thing with Mickey now. And we're like, I don't know. It's like they're trying to make Mickey work for an older, I'm not going to say older toddler. Is that what it is? What's between toddler and like kid? What do you call that? A shithead?
I was going to say a tit.
What? Call it an asshole. An asshole. Oh, man.
I hated Ren and Stimpy.
You hated Ren and Stimpy?
I hated it. I don't know why.
Well, it just grossed you out? I was like Courage the Cowardly Dog. You stupid dog. It's good. That is the technical term, Sergeant Mac. Preschoolers. That makes sense, Bay Fox. Thank you for that. Beyond forgot, you got the reminder. Fortunately, the live popped up on your FYP. Hey-oh, there you go. That's shocking because the FYP hates us right now. Don't know why. It just does. Oh, wait, that's the YouTube side. The TikTok FYP hates us right now. Don't know why. No clues. Hey, would you mind grabbing? I left my water over on the counter. Would you mind snagging it for me, please? Thank you. You want me to die? Do you want me to die on stream of dehydration? I don't think. I mean, it'd probably get good views. I don't know. Just watching me slowly wilt. The Grinch, Jim Carrey only. Tony Spark.
No.
Christmas Vacation. Ah. Thank you, Tater.
Use what?
Jazz, I was on your FYP. Thank goodness. I think I've got some theories right now. I think part of the reason that we're struggling on the TikTok side right now with views, with newer videos, the algorithm has changed, of course, and they're pulling older videos again, which is fine. But also, my FYP right now is all ads. And it makes sense. It's the holiday time. Like, advertisers are scrambling to get in there while people are making last-minute purchases or holiday purchases. It makes sense, right? Big Bo, you did not get the notification. So, yeah, notifications from TikTok we have no control over, and it has a lot to do with if you get notifications from anybody else or if the app gets throttled by different carriers, right? It's been bonkers. It's been bonkers. Violent Night. Yeah, the ads are like the majority of the posts that I see now. It's bonkers. It's bonkers. Evie, thank you. Thank you so much. If you get dehydrated, will I become dustier? Yeah, I'll just turn into dust. I'll just float away. I will disintegrate. By definition, I cannot be fixed. Hazy May, Pamela Ford, Elise, Fane, DeRoshko, Jarby, Nicole Trujillo dropping the 2 Hondo Fest bursts. A fest burst sounds gross. It's like fester. It festers, but a burst. Oh, I understand. TikTok Live Fest competition is what it's there for. I understand, but it sounds like something that you'd find on a Dr. Pimple Popper kind of channel. Elise, Big Bo, Anna Hartman, Margarita, Jessica, Dark Angel, Ashley Hoover, Anna Hartman, Anna Hansen. Thank you so much for the love. Hey, SOS. Still in the God Shack It fam. Heck yeah. 13-monther there. Hazy May, Crystal Reina, Becky the Painter, Totally Radical, Diane Pug Mom. Thank you so much for the love. Angel says the Grinch. Which Grinch? Which one?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Jim Carrey.
You know what? Benedict Cucumber Pickle did a really good job voicing the Grinch. He did a really good job.
Yeah, 0 stars.
You give it 0 stars?
What is that?
I just didn't like the whole thing. It was depressing.
Ted's partying while trying to watch the Grinch, throwing empty beer cans against the TV. Sit down, you imposter. Slightly morbid. If you decide to get cremated, you'll be dusty dust. Hey, the Jim Carrey one. I like it. Also, there's a billboard on the way to KC. I don't know if it's there anymore, but it talks about like $800 cremation. And every time we pass it, and I'm with Candy Thunder, I'm like, babe, that's what I want. Do it cheap. Do it cheap. And just wait for a windy day. Just toss me out of the wind. That way I can be everywhere. That way I'll be haunting everyone. Hey, Diane, Crystal Reina, Doroshko, Elise, Nana, Totally Radical, Just Cat in Colorado, Log Home Chic. I don't know, I was going like Log Mechanic there for a second. Log Home Chic. I dig the vibe. Pug Mom, Diane, Totally Radical again there. Risa dropping the $2 super on the YouTube side. Says surgery scheduled January 23rd. Woohoo! Heck yeah. You've got, yeah, that's awesome. You got plans. You got plans. Amazon sells an at-home DIY cremation kit. Juliet Wood. Bet. Is it cheaper than $800? I'm in. You're gonna turn me into a diamond?
And then we're all gonna go get eyebrow piercings so you can walk over us for the rest of our lives.
I don't want to be the diamond in your eyebrow piercing. I want to be somewhere
Get
else.
my belly button pierced.
No. Keep trying.
Moving on.
Moving on down. Your Log Home licensed contractors. That's awesome. That's amazing. And Log Home Chic. Like, I'd like to see it. All right, let's go ahead and get started, shall we? We're bound to run into some tech gremlins today, so you know what? We'll just roll with the punches here. We've done test streams. I've toned down the celebration scenes to make sure there's nothing that overloads anything. My theory is that OBS is just shitting its pants right now. Polar Express, Hockey Mom. Polar Express is damn good. Navy did watch that, and she actually was engaged with that one. Getting her to pay attention for something for longer than 5 minutes is a challenge, but she did enjoy that one. I'm actually streaming to YouTube from Streamlabs today, not from OBS, thinking maybe that'll fix something. We'll see. But we did a test, but I did a test before and it worked, and then Sunday night or Monday night it did not work. So we'll see what happens here. You know what I mean. Coming up, we have stories about hiding family heirlooms, secret wedding parties, rent disagreements, excessive food allergies, broken dishwashers, shared TV privileges. We also have 2 spicy stories and a pie reward story? Question mark? Not cake, but pie?
It's not a pie.
It's not a pie?
It is.
It is a pie.
It's a surprise.
Caden Thunder said it's a surprise. I've never been more proud of my boy. I've never been more proud. Never been more proud. That's awesome. Okay, first goal again is 4K live bursts, fest bursts, whatever it's called, for a Candy Thunder appearance on the TikTok side and a $25 super goal on the YouTube side for confetti. I know my mouth is doing weird shit. Words are going to be hard today. The week's share goal on the TikTok side is 15 hundo. We do have the goal meters up there, and I think they are working properly. We're already at 4% on the likes goal, which is 500K, and we're at 11% on the shares goal, which is 15 hundo. We are also tracking our top 4 gifters up there too. Let me see which one that is. Okay, I need to bring that up to the top so it's not covered there. There we go. Much better. Make sure you keep tapping the screen to hit the likes goal. Greatly appreciate that. Reminder, we will have gift goals separately on TikTok and YouTube. We'll keep you posted as we move along. If you are not subscribed on YouTube yet, please do so. Not only are you going to find more content there than you do on the TikTok side, you also get the podcast, you get the compilations, you get all kinds of stuff. And if something weird ends up happening with TikTok, YouTube is going to be our immediate enhanced focus. So you'll always be able to find us there. You could also discover the Thunder Crew over there, which is a paid membership that gets you member exclusive early access to any scheduled posts and member only lives and members only stories, which we've, if you're a member on the YouTube side, on the Thunder Crew, I have been doing a lot of catch up on VIP stories for you. So those are in edit right now. Watch for those. They'll be dropping frequently here soon. Posting this week? 3 posted this week. Hey, yo, we're playing catch up. We're getting there. Now you want pie, Angel? Dropping the $2 super? Hey, pie always sounds good. Pie. I like what do they call it when the cobbler has the ice cream on it? It's like a la mode. Is that what it's called? But yeah, cobbler. Warm cobbler with the ice cream so it like melts into it. Yep. Also, we're going to be doing this today. Wheel of Thunder will be happening in the VIP that happens after the public live in. So 5:15-ish is when we start that on both sides for the VIP members. If you aren't a member yet, today's a great day to join. We have all kinds of new goodies to include in the giveaways for the Wheel of Thunder winners. Reminder, keep chat positive and respectful. Everybody, of course, is allowed to have their own opinion. We encourage you to share it, but you don't have to be an asshole when you do that. No politics, no religion, no shit stirring, or you'll get muted pretty quick. So just don't do it, okay? No spoilers, please. If you know how a story ends that we're reading, don't spoil it for everybody else, or you'll get your butt muted for that as well. And with that, get out your brooms. Here's the first real test. This is one of the scenes that caused us to go haywire last time. Let's see what happens. Candy Thunder just shakes her head like, I can't take any more. I can't take another tech gremlin. I will lose my mind. Same, girl. I'll just have Caden Thunder jump up here while I go, like, smear shit on the walls. He can read stories. That's where I'm at. Candy Thunder hasn't slept in, like, 2 weeks, so we can have a lot of fun with her today. We can really mess with her. Lots of flashing lights and stuff. You know, we got to keep her on her toes. Hey, Diane, Cake the Rogue dropping those fest bursts. Lily Fairy, Amanda, Wonder Woman, Cake the Rogue again there. Tay, Nisi, Amanda, Trisha Nest, Certifiable, like the name. Penny Haas, Big Bo, Frankie J's Mama, Candy Thunder Mama Says So, Crystal Raina, Diane, Trisha Nest. You guys are awesome. Thanks so much for the love. Let's dive into our very first story. here, shall we? Hey there, it's Dusty with yet another story for you. This one comes from AITA and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Hiding My Boyfriend's Dead Dad's Heirlooms? We'll play the title game here. If this is your first time here on Alive, we do something a little fun that you don't see in the posts. We do a poll, and based on the title alone, vote on how big of an astronaut we think OP is. TikTok side, you have an interactive poll at the top left that you can jump into right now. YouTube side, please vote with a comment. Am I the astronaut for hiding my boyfriend's dead dad's heirlooms? In case you need a reminder, here is the Ascon scale. This sounds pretty terrible. Hiding them. Like hiding, it's at least a 2. I'm gonna go 2 and hope there's a good reason for it. But that's pretty terrible, right? Ascon 2 for me. Ascon 2. You're past bear mode at this point, Candy Thunder? What is bear mode? Hibernation?
Like angry bear mode.
Angry bear mode.
Yeah. I'm just
Yeah.
like this.
I wonder if there's a portion of sleep deprivation that is bear, B-A-R-E mode. We just like strip down and you're just necky everywhere.
Running through the street.
You're just like, I'm too tired for clothes. I cannot do it anymore. It's possible. It's possible. Think about what heirlooms are worth hiding. This is my dad's heirloom S&M kit. I mean, yeah, that would probably be worth hiding. My dad's heirloom butt plug. Yeah, probably worth hiding. There are things. 41% went Ascon 2 on this. Ascon 1 was right behind it. What's that? You have a delayed reaction right now. I can
Okay, and I had the
I can
same
get away
reaction.
with a lot.
At the same time.
To which thing?
Plutt bug. I said hiding my dad's plutt bug.
If it's an heirloom butt plug, that would be worthy of hiding. Would it not?
Your entire producing crew thing. Where we are is telling you to stop.
I mean, it would be a conversation starter, would it not?
Not right.
SS memorabilia, Paula? Yeah. Definitely could be that.
Oh my god.
Can we?
That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna make him into a diamond butt plug.
What are you going to do?
Diamond butt
You're going to make me into a diamond butt plug?
Because I feel like you would get the joke.
I'm honored.
You would get the joke.
I'm honored.
Stop saying
I'm honored. All right, here we go. The title again was Am I the Astronaut for Hiding My Boyfriend's Dead Dad's Heirlooms? I, 27 female, and my boyfriend, 32 male, recently moved in together after dating for 8 months. I know that seems early, but given rent and our schedules, it just made sense. He owns the house, which he inherited from his father, who passed away last year. The house has all of his dad's old furniture, art, and knickknacks, and while they're not horrible in quality, they're not really my style. The plaid wallpaper is a bit overwhelming, but my real issue is that there are a shocking number of ducks, bird sculptures, a coat rack with birds carved into them, bird paintings, etc. Honestly, it's a lot of birds, and I really want to make this our home, but it feels like I'm living in his dead dad's bird mind palace. His bird mind palace. I mean, he really liked ducks, so, what are you going to do? Also, he inherited the duck house, so we've spoken about getting new furniture and redecorating the house, but every time I so much as mention the birds, he completely shuts down. I understand he may have sentimental value here, but he has never really told me about his dad's bird obsession before, and I really am struggling to understand why these birds are so important. I mean, I'm willing to keep a few select birds for sentimentality's sake, but the sheer number of birds currently is just ridiculous. Last week, I removed one of the less conspicuous birds and hid it in the basement to see if he would notice or care. He didn't say anything. So the next day, I took another. I've now hidden 7 birds, and yesterday, he finally confronted me about it. I came clean, but said that if it took him so long to notice, then why does it matter so much that we keep them all? He started yelling about how heartless I am and how I am debasing. Is it debasing? Is that okay? He started yelling about how heartless I am and how I am debasing his dad's memory. So I could understand better, I asked him straight up, what is so special about the birds? And he said, if you can't get that now, you never will. We haven't spoken since last night. I don't want the birds to get in the way of our relationship, but I really don't want them in my home. I think I'm the asshole for hiding the birds instead of talking to him about it. I also think I forgot something about his dad, which makes me an even bigger asshole. Am I the asshole for hiding them? So, okay, OP still doesn't, OP's supposed to just know what the bird issue is, but is like, I still don't get it. Obviously, he has some kind of obsession with ducks, right? Or he was a duck hunter. But, I mean, you missed an opportunity here as you started hiding things and he confronted you about it. You'd be like, yeah, it's called Duck Hunt. You have to find them. And then you turn it into a thing and you just keep snowballing it, right? It's like every day you don't find one, another one disappears. It's like a twisted game. I get it though. But there are some considerations here. Like first, you inherited, or he inherited this house. It's his house, so you have limited ability to even speak up and be like, hey, change everything. But having conversations about, maybe one space. Start with like one space at a time and go from there. But there's an obvious grieving attached to the ducks. And you've got to give him his own, you got to let him move at his own pace for that. He clearly is struggling with it too. So keeping the ducks around is him keeping his dad around to him. And everybody grieves differently, but this may end up becoming a thing that he needs some help to kind of process and get through. Because it seems like he just shuts down as soon as you bring it up. He doesn't want to talk about it at all. He's very opposed to anybody doing anything with the ducks. And his dad may have been that way too. Like his dad may have been like, don't fuck with the ducks. My ducks.
My lovely lady.
My ducks, my ducks, my ducks. Check it out. This one goes a quacking. Okay. I think you stepped on some toes by not communicating about it first, and you kind of tested the waters, but you knew that he shut down immediately, so you knew that there was a strong opposition to do anything with the ducks. I think at that point, it becomes okay, there's something deeper here. It's obviously an attachment to his dad. How do we move forward from this? It's a baby step kind of process. I don't know that taking the ducks and hiding the ducks was the right move, because all it did was elicit a negative response. And if your goal here is to eventually get to the point where the house doesn't have to be covered in ducks, tricking him is probably not the way to get that done, right? Joey doesn't share ducks. You collect rubber duckies, real broad? Lady Artemis. Maybe someday. Not her ducking house. It's the duck house. Yeah. What the duck is this all about? The birds are not doing an OP any harm, Beyond says, but they do the husband harm. Or I think they're just dating at this point, right? But regardless, yeah, them not being there does him harm, right? Because it harms his grieving process here. And I think not realizing that there's an obvious deeper emotional connection to those is a screw up on OP's part here. Oh, you hit that. Gotcha. So I still think it's man, I don't think there was malicious intent behind it. I don't think she was trying to hurt him. She was trying to test the waters and see. She was testing boundaries, right? And while I don't agree with that method, I don't think it was malicious. I don't think she was trying to harm him. I don't think that she was trying to debase his father's memory. That's a new word. I'm gonna have to look it up. I think it might have been erase. She wasn't trying to do that. She was just trying to inch towards something she was more comfortable with, just did it in a way that was non-communicative. And like we see so many times, that is the downfall of a relationship, the inability to communicate and just doing things or stonewalling and just expecting the other party to read your mind. And there's a huge chasm of misunderstanding there. So I'm sticking with Ascon 2. I'm going to stick with it. Yeah, Astronaut is our version of asshole. We'll drop the F-bomb all day long, but for some reason, a-hole. It's just way too far. Quick explanation on that. For you newbies here, the ASCON scale is our version of, it's based on the U.S. military's DEFCON scale, so it's backward, right? 1 is the worst asshole, 4 is the least amount of asshole. So 4 is you could have done it differently, 3 is you should have done it differently, 2 is you definitely shouldn't have done it, and 1 is you're just a terrible human being. There's also NTA, which is not the astronaut, and ESH, which is everyone sucks here. So those are options there as well. All right, we did hit this goal for the Fest Burst. We're going to talk about that for a minute. And we'll get Candy Thunder up here to say hi. I guess I don't need to click that thing, do I? Oh, Candy Thunder is a completely different opinion, so we'll revisit the story while we do that. In particular order here, Diane Sheehan, Cake the Rogue, Darling Anna, XOXOXO, Trisha Ness, Nicole Trujillo, Geeky Fane, Elise Kutch, Anise Moon. Elise Kutch, Anise Moon. Yeah, that really screwed me up for a second. Anna Hartman, Horn 2010, Pug Mom, Mama Silver, Crystal Stockman, Big-Hearted Bo, Tony Spark, Candy Thunder, Real Broad Zuba, God's Blessed Wonder Woman, Violet Green, The Giant Cat Lady, Doroshko, Bailey Chapman, Just Another Someone, Kayla C., Becky the Unicorn, Fallen Devil, Mama Says So, Rebecca Vitas, Totally Radical, Kat Jolno, Hazy May, Kristen Museum Girl, Anna Hansen, Gina Tingley, Shell Bell, and Barbara Williams. Thank y'all so much for helping us hit that goal. We're going to get the next one set up, and then Candy Thunder's going to pop up here and say hello. Hello. Let me get this fixed right quick. The next one is going to unlock a Tony Spark appearance and a spicy story. I don't have the headbanging Genji on here anymore, so I have to do it for him. Like Tony Spark. Candy Thunder, can you headbang? I've never seen you headbang. Yeah. We're at the point now where like I'd be really sore after headbanging for a minute.
I hurt my foot.
I hurt my foot too.
No, I said I would.
Oh.
I tried to headbang. That's how my body works.
You hurt your foot when you tried to headbang because that's how your body works. Makes perfect sense. That's the funny part. That's the funny part. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, the always gorgeous, and today looking very pastel-y pretty, Candy Thunder.
I
You love a man with a beard, do you?
Yeah. I love that you come up with the most unique compliments. No, but about this story, I feel like no matter whose house it is when you move in as a couple, you can't just say, it's my house, my rules. If you choose to move forward in your relationship and you choose to live together, that's your home together. And so both people have to be comfortable in that home together. But I do think what she did was wrong. Instead of, like you said, use your words, don't just test boundaries without communicating. But she also deserves the right to feel comfortable with where she lives, and so does he. Mm-hmm. So, like, they have to figure it out together. It can't just be the ducks stay, and if that's the case, then the ducks stay and she goes.
He doesn't give a duck how I feel.
Yeah. I just don't, I wouldn't have, Dusty moved into the house that I had bought, and we made it our home together. And I wouldn't have asked you to, like, move
I didn't
in.
come in and start hanging guitars on the wall.
No.
You know what I mean?
But you moved in and it was your home, like, and I wouldn't want you to come into our home and not feel like you belong there. So I think you have to take into consideration.
So I can hang guitars on the wall.
So what she did
at home right now.
Yeah, put the duck somewhere in the house. Make one room
Have a
dedicated
duck room.
to that.
Yeah, a duck room.
And be done with it. But I think you can't just say she's the giant asshole because it doesn't work like that. Like that's why it's a fucking
It's a
magnet.
Yeah. Why are you messing with my wallet?
I don't
Yeah.
know because I'm a picker.
It's a fidget.
I'm a picker.
Here, this is the fidget.
Also, you guys, you've been following along with Navy's sickness stuff. So she had the flu A. I'll keep you updated. So Sunday she started like this kind of nasty cough, and took her to the doctor today, and she has pneumonia in her left lung. So she is on antibiotics, which is the first dose of antibiotics that she's ever had in her life, and steroids to get the. So she's doing okay, like no crazy fevers, nothing like that. Just very tired and has a really bad cough. But they said it was like walking pneumonia, like where she's good during the day and then at night she crashes and is very emotional, very tired. Like, but damn, this girl just can't catch a break, and she's like always healthy, like crazy. Like she
has a crazy immune system.
Yep. But whatever, they said it was flu, so she had flu A. And they said that this is like the longest.
It's like a substrain of the swine flu, wasn't it?
Yeah, something like that. But they said the flu this year, like they're seeing it last like full 21 days of virus, and then it's turning into pneumonia,
So
which is
always
crazy.
something.
Yeah. But they said that stuff like from the flu like sits in your lungs and creates, that bacteria and a breeding ground for pneumonia. So.
And last night the conversation was like, look, we don't want this to turn into like full-blown pneumonia, and you spend Christmas in the hospital in a tent, which is coincidentally what happened to me when I was 3 years old. That's when we found out that I was allergic to real Christmas trees. So yeah, Christmas in the hospital in a tent is not fun for anybody. Definitely don't want her to go through that. And she's been.
Yeah, they checked her ears today, Bert.
She was a champ about taking medicine and stuff yesterday.
She's done so much better. Medicine.
She's growing up.
Giving her medicine over the past year has been like a form of torture. So we would just avoid it at all costs. But she's really grown up in the past 6 months, I think, as far as like toddler to kid transition. And
just physically. Like she's tall. Like I sit with her now and I cuddle up and I'm like, when did you get so lanky? You're like 4 feet tall. How is this happening? She's going to be 7 feet tall.
She's 40 by 40, 40 inches, 40 pounds.
My goodness.
Yeah, we tried the hiding the meds, and this girl was like a drug dog. Like she would sniff them out, and she would just refuse it.
Yeah.
It was
something wrong with my smoochie.
I thought that you guys might find this interesting, but when she got the flu and she had that really high fever, we were having trouble getting it down, and so alternating like Tylenol or Motrin, and her fever was like too high to let it just burn. But Tylenol would not work whatsoever on the fever, and your doctor confirmed that, and then the pediatrician today too said that Tylenol was like not touching the fevers for this certain strand of flu.
It's weird.
Yeah, but she was like up in like 103, like couldn't walk kind of stuff, so like we had to get it down. But
Frankie J's mama, isn't that wild?
The chewables.
Frankie's holding the nebulizer by himself now while getting his treatments. Growing up, man. Yeah. Growing up. That's wild. Yeah, Rebecca, I didn't know either until there I was. And outgrew it, obviously, but yeah, it was a shitty time. And my sisters never forgave me because we could never have a real tree moving forward.
Real tree? The fake trees weren't a thing like until midway through our childhood.
Yeah.
We ended up getting her fever down with we used like bamboo blankets, cool baths, and ibuprofen. But ibuprofen makes her, it messes.
It's like this kid just snorted a line.
Yes.
And she's just bouncing off the walls. And it's like time for bed and she's rolling around on the ground. She's like, and you're like, it's bedtime. She's like, is it? Is it? Tell me it's bedtime again, Papa.
Yes. We use Vicks too. Well, we use not Vicks, but like some version of that chest rub stuff. But anything to do with medicine, she's like, I don't want it. Immediately.
Yeah.
No. All right. Bye, guys.
Candy Thunder, ladies and gentlemen, you'll see from here. You'll see her again here soon, surely. Also, in case you didn't get a chance to see the shirt, it says, I love a man with a beard. You got to show it off. You got to show it off.
See if I can get back far enough.
There you are.
There you go. And I mean you, not
I thought about it for a second. I was like,
I'll just put your face over Santa's face.
You can only wear that in public if I'm with you. You know that, right?
You have a picture of you? No.
No? Peppermint oil on the feet. We've done a lot of peppermint oil stuff. There you go. Yeah, just tape a picture of me on there. It's fine. It's fine. It'll be fine. Let me see if this thing is done real quick. No, I still have a disk defragging thing, and that may be, if you get some glitching, that may be what's going on there. Hopefully not. I think we've been pretty steady so far. So actually, Candy Thunder, what I heard you say about that first story was you was at like an ESH, right? That's an everyone sucks here. Yeah. Because, and I do agree with that, because he has a responsibility to make sure the person that he invited to come live with him is comfortable too. Like there's a mutual shared responsibility there, and neither one is really communicating about the real issue and getting through to it. So yeah, I think I think she's the bigger asshole in this scenario, because she stepped on some toes and crossed some lines that she shouldn't have done. Instead of talking, especially if it's attached to grieving, you become a bigger asshole for it. But he does have a responsibility here as well that we can't just ignore. So everyone sucks here. Okay. You can't see the gifting ranks? I say, is it not working correctly?
The last YouTube comment.
Huh. Now you're imagining Candy going to say hi to Santa. When a wild Dusty appears, throw Santa off the sleigh. Not today. Or you can see what actually happened when we went to see Santa, and that was Santa inviting me to sit on his lap. Which, you know what? If I find myself in an awkward situation, I'm like, I'm going to make this 10 times more awkward to make it funny. So I threw my legs over and like did the full on like hold me like a baby Santa and just made it like funny awkward. And it worked. Picture is in the VIP group if you haven't seen it yet.
It's funny that you make things more awkward, but yet two of the most awkward people sitting right here. So
yeah.
Combined, we're just the awkward family.
This is like, if the world could run on awkward power, this room would be like the epicenter. We'd be like a nuclear reactor right here.
Named our new podcast, The Awkward Family.
The awkward family. Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Dun.
All right, here we go. Second story. By the way, we're going for W coins now. Just a reminder, we're over halfway there as of right now to get Tony's Bark and a spicy story rocking here. Here we go. Hey there, it's Dusty once again with another story for you. This one is, am I the astronaut for not attending a party that ended up being my friend's wedding day? What a wild fucking party that turned out to be. Let's play the game for it. Let me start that's the wrong button. Start a poll. Poll. Polls are hard too. Here we go. Poll has started, top left corner, TikTok side, YouTube side. Please vote with a comment. Am I the astronaut for not attending a party that ended up being my friend's wedding day? I mean, the only way I can see this playing out in my head is that it was like a surprise wedding. Surprise weddings are a thing. It was like a surprise party that turned into a wedding, but somebody pitched it as a party. So yeah, I'm gonna go with NTA. NTA because you were misinformed. I'm probably way off here. Probably way off here. Karika, yeah. If you're not clear, how are they supposed to know? How are they supposed to know? If you don't know, now you know. Hey, Tater. You over there, Tater?
No, I'm right here.
Oh, where'd you go? You're hiding. Would you mind grabbing another one of these? Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup, madame. Le service est compris. Surprise wedding? That's not a thing, right? It's not a thing. Okay, NTA took the cake on this one. Let's see how far off we are. Using a throwaway. My friends and I are all in our late 20s. I live the next town over from the couple, about half an hour's drive. At the start of last month, the now bride messaged me to say that they were throwing a party in late November to catch up with some friends and family and would love it if I could come. I thought it over, and in between pre-prepared plans with others and wanting to enjoy some quiet time before the festive season starts, and these kinds of events would be every weekend, I decided against attending. I let her know, and she said it was fine and that we'd hopefully catch up around Christmas. I didn't think about it again until this past weekend when the party was. Early evening, I got a call from one of our friends to ask me where I was. I explained that I hadn't fancied going, only to be told that it was actually their wedding day. Apparently, they'd had a private ceremony with just their immediate families in the morning, and then the party we'd all been invited to was their wedding reception. Okay, what the hell? So either what, saying it's a party is a test to see who your true friends are, or you're just under-marketing it to make it more casual? Either way, don't understand. The couple had not told anyone that they were engaged, but on reflection, whenever we'd all spoken about marriage and joked with them about not yet being engaged, they've been together for over a decade, they'd always laugh and say that one day they'd just turn up married. Well, I guess they did what they said. My friend said that it was a very relaxed event and that I could still turn up and travel back with her afterwards, but when I looked up Uber prices to get there, it was above the threshold I'd be willing to pay. On Sunday, the social media posts began to be shared, and more or less everyone from our friendship group had been in attendance. When the bride and groom shared their post, they had a comment in the post saying that they were so happy to spend the day with some of their favorite people. This upset me, as I would before now have thought of them both as important, special people in my life, and it hurts to think that they don't think of me the same way. Wait, what? Hold on, they said some, OP. How are you going to get butthurt about that? I don't. I'm red flagging this, folks. I liked the post and commented, wishing them the best, saying it was great that their favorite people had all been there as they wanted. Okay. It's not about you, OP. It's not about you. The couple haven't reached out to me since that day. However, when speaking to another one of our mutual friends who attended the wedding about it, they said that I have no right to be upset since I was the one who rejected the invite and could have made the trip over when I knew what was really happening. It goes without saying, but if I had known in advance that it was their wedding day, I would have attended, and this all could have been avoided. I understand that, and yes, there was an intentional miscommunication there to, it seems like, make it a more relaxed vibe kind of thing. However, you can't get butthurt about them sharing pictures of their event now and saying they spent it with some of their favorite people. In quotes, some of their favorite people, which to me says they at least thought to consider the people that weren't able to attend when crafting that verbiage and not saying all of our favorite people some of our favorite people. But somehow OP still took that and became offended by it. I do not. Can someone explain that to me? I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. Yeah, surprise wedding is a dick move. I agree with that, history buff. I agree with that. And it wasn't even a wedding, right? It was a reception, but still, a surprise reception, not a thing. But it doesn't sound like so bride, whenever OP said that she wouldn't be able to go, was like, it's okay, I understand. Bride was not judging OP for not being there. OP is judging bride and groom for her not being there, which I don't think is fair either. I don't think it's fair. There was no judgment passed by them, and they said some of their favorite people. You aren't allowed to get butthurt by that, and it's also twisting their words. Like right here, the quote is some of their favorite people, and then OP saying that it's great that their favorite people had all been there as they wanted. That's not what they said. It's not what they said. And maybe this is trying to justify her feelings of being upset that she intentionally, kept this a secret, the surprise reception. Maybe this is her just manifesting that ire in finding something else to kind of place that ire on, right? Like pulling that one thing and being like, oh, well, now I'm upset. It's not the real thing she's upset about. I think she just found something else to place it on to try to understand it or process it better. But yeah, at that moment, she was NTA prior to that. Whenever she pulled that and became butthurt about that and tried to twist it around on them, that's when it became an ESH for me. That's an ESH. For them, it's the surprise reception. Like, if you really want the people that are important to your life there, then tell them what it is. If it's an important event, and maybe I don't think it was a test. I think it was them trying to keep it as cash as possible, right? But you got to think about your attendees there as well, and think about like, okay, if we don't tell them what this is, how many are going to be miffed because they would have missed out on it, and how many would have made more of an effort had they known what it was. And in this case, OP might be the only one, but still, the consideration with them saying some of our favorite people is enough for me to be like, they did think about you at least. Weird, though. Weird. Also, like, why are humans so fucking complicated? Humans. ESH is everyone sucks here, actually. Yeah, I agree. It's their wedding. They get to do whatever they want to do, but I do think that, if you're having just be upfront about what it is, I guess. I don't understand the benefit of having a surprise reception instead of saying this is our reception. I don't understand. We got 2 complicated dogs as well, Candy Thunder. What? She is on her way to picking up Ava Thunder. Hold up. Did I miss part of this? No. I got it all. There's some weird page breaks going on here in the document now that weren't there before. Okay. All right, now we got it. We're at 1480 of 2K right now. I'm going to play some music as we're in between so I can rehydrate before we get into the next story. I asked why humans are so complicated. Oh, yes. We do have some psychologically complicated animals as well. Well, one of them's pretty simple, and one of them's more complicated. It was a surprise we got married reception. And they did say that someday they just pop up, they just turn up married, and that's what happened. But I think there's some ripple effects there they might not have anticipated. Rebecca, but didn't OP have a last minute chance to show up after finding out? Yeah, but like a crazy Uber cost last minute chance, so not sure about that. Jasmine, hell yeah. Submit a spicy story. You mean spicy like NSFW spicy though, right? CJ, what's up? Late night there in Switzerland? A late night in Switzerland sounds magical. I hope that it is. And if it's not, don't tell me. All right, let's dive into our next story here, shall we? Okay, ladies and gents. Hey, it's Dusty with yet another story for you. This one is from AITA Relationships, which
Might be my new favorite subreddit.
it might be Tony Sparks' new favorite subreddit. He found a couple of stories from here today, and he's like, what is this? What is this magical pool of drama? So I expect to see this more often. Title of this story is, Am I the Astronaut for Refusing to Pay My Girlfriend Rent? We'll do the poll for this one. I'm making an assumption that OP's talking about rent for a house or place that they're staying, apartment, something like that, and either girlfriend owns the place or is the name on the lease and is the main point person between landlords and rentees or renters, right? So, am I the astronaut for refusing to pay my girlfriend rent? I mean, with no other context, yeah, you probably are. But there's also a version of this where like OP doesn't even live there. I'm gonna go ask on 3. I'm going 3. Middle of the road. I'm going kind of cowardly on this one. We'll see. I'll try to make up for it in feedback. What'd you say, Tony Spark?
Well, the doc is like freaking out on me.
The doc was freaking out on me too. I don't know what's happening. 3 seconds left on the poll. It looks like AskCon 1 is going to take it. And it did with 27% of the vote. AskCon 2 had 24%. Here we are, AskCon 3 with me at 21% coming in third place. So y'all had much stronger feelings about this than I do. I'm just a little scared of which way it's going to go. There's a whole lot of things that could happen here. But you know what? Let's dive in and find out. Wait.
That's what I'm fixing. I don't know what happened.
Our story like disappeared.
Hold on. Okay, I think
We good? It looks correct now. All right, I'm diving in. Don't move it anymore. I'm gonna start reading.
It was something happened with the header and
Yeah, the document, like part of the other story was pasted under this title, and it was gonna be real weird, real quick. All right, I'm diving in. So I, 28 male, moved in with my girlfriend, 23 female, 3 months ago. We've been together for 7 months. It'll be 8 just after Christmas. We moved in together so quickly because my lease was ending, and we knew we didn't want to wait a whole year to move in together. Before moving in, she told me my share was $400 a month, plus half of utilities and half groceries, which I happily paid, but we've since had several arguments along the way. I don't know the total of her mortgage, but it was a slum before she did renovations, so I imagine it was pretty cheap. Firstly, she was upset with me not doing chores. I don't see a problem with the house getting a little messy, but she told me to help out or pay an extra $100 a month to cover her time of playing maid. I paid the extra $100, and that was that. Though I find it ridiculous that she expects the place to be clean all the time, and I could have put that money to use in better ways. It's not like I'm a slob, but she doesn't like the dishes left in the sink. She expects them to be immediately washed or put in the dishwasher. She wants things cleaned as they happen, so it feels like there's no relaxing. Then I wanted to get a dog. My girlfriend already has a dog of her own, one of the small breeds. He's 14, so he's not very playful or energetic, just a boring guy. I found a puppy I fell in love with. She was a purebred English Mastiff and gorgeous. I told my girlfriend and she flat out said no, that she didn't want another dog in the house bothering hers, and she definitely didn't want a puppy to ruin her newly remodeled house. Hey, valid. Our house still has all the scars of Luna's puppy phase, and it's just part of the house's character now. I thought a nice compromise would be a cat, and she claimed she's allergic, but she's never mentioned any allergies before. So there's yet another thing I get no say in. It's not like her dog is going to be around much longer. We could just keep the puppy separate from him until then. Oh yeah, why don't you pitch that and see how that one goes, buddy? Try that argument. Hey, it's not like your dog's going to be here very long. Try it. See how it goes. I'm sure after her dog passes, she would find another excuse to not let me get a dog. Finally, I found out she owns the house. I had been under the impression she was renting, but she is instead paying a mortgage. I discovered this when I was checking the mail, and I found a reminder from her bank. When I confronted her, she claimed she thought I knew because we were together when she was remodeling. Oh yeah, he talked about her remodeling. I told her it was ridiculous for me to pay rent when it's her house, and this led to a long and heated argument. I asked to be put on the title since I was helping her pay for it, and she snickered and told me no. I told her I wouldn't be paying anymore. She asked if I wanted help packing or if I could handle it myself. I asked her what she meant. She said I can help pay or I can find elsewhere to live. I asked her if our relationship was over, and she said we could continue to pursue it without living together. Naturally, I flipped out because if we can't live together, then we have no future together. She doesn't seem to care in the slightest and told me she expects me out by the end of the week. She locks me out of our bedroom, so I'm stuck on the couch. She sits boxes and bags with my belongings in the hall every so often. When I called my mom, she told me I was being ridiculous and a brat, but I feel like that might be because she doesn't want me to move back home, as the lease I had at my apartment ended when I moved in with my girlfriend, so I think I need some outside perspective. As of now, our relationship has ended and my belongings are outside while I'm staying in a motel, but I'm open to trying to recover our relationship. I've edited to add some clarification and elaboration to show I'm not a POS. We might not be compatible, or maybe we're both the problem. I don't know. Am I the astronaut? Wait, this is after you edited to clarify and elaborate to show that you're not a POS? And then goes on to say, maybe we're just not compatible, or maybe we're both the problem. I don't know, but it's not me. I'm not the problem. You might be the problem here, OP. Before I get into this, I'm excited to see what chat has to say. POS is a piece of shit, Alexandra. He's absolutely the problem. Mom is right. Soft ESH, OP is ASCON 1, girlfriend is ASCON 4, potentially Rebecca. However, you know what? Put myself in OP's girlfriend's shoes as the owner of the house. If this brozo, which by the way, let's make that official. Oh my goodness. Where's brozo? Where did it go? There he is. Lost my button for a moment. Let's get that out of the way right off the rip. Dude's a brozo. Okay, he thought because she owned the house and she was paying a mortgage, he shouldn't have to pay her, but if she was renting the house, he would pay her. She still has to pay in, dude. She still has to make a payment. And if you're living there and sharing in the space and sharing in the utilities, what about her owning the house makes you think it's not worthy of paying her to be there? She was basically leasing space to you, right? You were unwilling to do it because she owns the house. You knew she put a ton of work into remodeling this place, not only the sweat equity, but the amount of money that it costs to remodel a place. I know it's extensive. And you just jump in after all of that. You're like, well, I want to be put on the title if I'm going to pay rent. Tell you what, you guys have a longer, fruitful, successful, communicative relationship. You end up talking about engagement. You end up talking about marriage and kids. Like, that's the time when you get put on a title and things become different, right? You don't a few months into a relationship when you've just moved in demand to be put on a title because you're helping pay a payment so that you can live there. I think you got a lot of entitlement going on here, OP. And also, you know what? You're going to have to be a big boy at some point and do the dishes that you dirty. Now, when people live together, and I think we talked about this on the last live that we did. I think we talked about how long it takes for people to show their true asshole, right? And I said, I think moving in together is when a lot of that happens because there's no escaping each other. And any kind of annoying habits that someone has, like, you're going to get exposed to at that point. You're going to find out a lot when you live with someone. And I think this was it for him. Yeah, the house doesn't have to be spotless all the time, but it's her house, man. You have to understand, number one, that you are joining into her space and you have to respect the space that already exists there. Now, you guys can find new systems that work and have some kind of compromise moving forward so that it's not a regime that you're stepping into, but those are good habits. And guess what? If you're in good habits about keeping the place clean now, if and when someday you guys do have kids, that's going to be really, really useful because your children will destroy everything. There will be no such thing as a clean home once children arrive, so you might as well enjoy it while you can, man. Enjoy it. But you could tell that his girlfriend had enough. And when his viewpoint was, well, since you own the house, I'm not paying, or you're going to put me on the title, that was when she was just like, done. She had to have already been at resentment to be able to get to indifference that quickly. It was just... Tarot Destroyer. So, like, a lot of people have isms, you know, about things being out of order, things being out of place, and that's something you have to learn and deal with, right? But there's got to be a compromise when it comes to that. But I think she was fed up, and that was just the last straw for her. Girlfriend is NTA. She knows her self-value and is setting clear boundaries. He needs to help, Jasmine says. He wanted his cake and to eat it too. I think this is all on OP. I really do. He already got the brozo. I don't think it's malicious because I think this is probably a result of how mommy raised him. And yeah, mommy's like, you're being an idiot. You need to stop being a jackass and turn the shit around. And even that, he's like, but I think that's just because she doesn't want me to end up back there. And you may be partly right. But this is something that you've got to work on and you got to grow up. You know, the funny part about this story is that OP's 28 and his girlfriend's 23. And she's like way more mature than he is, right? Way more. And maybe that's not uncommon for, you know, the difference between girls and guys. Maybe not. But there's definitely some entitlement going on there. I gave him Ascon 2. Bordering on the audacity level 100, but he's got some growing up to do. He wants a mom, not a girlfriend, Monica. That may be right. Jasmine, maybe mom doesn't want him home because of his habits. That could be right too. I think she just got the house cleaned up. That's right. She finally got the house clean after him being gone for a while. She's like, you are not bringing that slobby mess back here. No, I refuse. I finally got the funk out of the air and the carpet, whatever that's about. You will not be stepping foot back into here. Yeah, but even the way that he approached the communication on this, and he's like, well, she said I can't have a dog either. Her dog's going to die soon, so we could just wait, but I'm sure she'll find another excuse to not let me have a dog. He put himself in a position of being like dominated and controlled when that wasn't the case. The problem was that his requests were asinine things and immature things. It wasn't that somebody was trying to control him. It was that he wasn't thinking anything through and just wanted to be the free spirit and have fun and just do things and leave shit laying around and get dogs. And, you know, he's got some growing up to do. That's it. Oh, yeah, not cleaning up the house. And if he's wanting a dog, yeah, because dogs are definitely not dirty at all, especially puppies. They don't pee on anything, ever. Never, never, never. Hey, we hit that W coin goal. Can I get a save with a list from somebody? I'm going to try the second scene out. Let's see if this one craps itself. Hopefully it doesn't. Do what? Oh, we hit it. We got it. In particular order here, Bailey Chapman. Wow, Bailey Chapman hitting the 5.2K to get us there on this goal. Carrying the majority load there. Thank you so much. Heck yeah. Ryu Kachiha, Anise Moon, Haunted Gal, Elise Kutch, Tony Spark, J Puff, Diane Sheehan, Solutions Only, Jamie's Doroshko, Big Hearted Bow, Crystal Stockman, NB the G, God's Blessed Wonder Woman, Twisted Voodoo, Kayla C, Jamie Loves Kitties, that's with Kitties with a K, Jerry Lee Go Forth, Just Another Someone, Candy COKB, we've got Maritz Curiel, Mary TZ Curiel. Help me out. ERE Mama, thank you guys so much for helping. Greatly appreciate that. Hey, is audio sounding okay right now? Are we good? Need to make sure we're good. If we're good after playing that scene, I might just do a happy dance. But also, it's not letting me click around, and I think Google Docs is shitting itself too. I don't know. Also, my phone is now listening in like I'm asking it for help. It ain't like that, Google. Okay, the next one is going to unlock, if it will ever switch tabs for me, a spicy story and Candy Thunder feedback. Let me write that in here. Spicy story. You just unlocked Tony Spark and a spicy story. Okay, I see it. Yeah, the Google Doc has been shitting itself on us. All right, we are now going for Fest Crowns. We're going for 185 of those to get Candy Thunder up here. Let me pin that real quick. And let's do this, ladies and gents. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Spark!
Hello, people. Shout out to my number one fan, Bailey Chapman. Probably just wanted the spicy story, but I was associated with it, so I'm just gonna say it was for me. How's everybody doing? Everybody good? Also, I just want to use this moment and use this platform and microphone to say that the only Grinch that matters is the Jim Carrey Grinch. So, just anybody else who thinks differently is
What's the next word?
Delulu.
Only Sith dealing absolute.
I would push the button, but I'm afraid of what would happen if I did, and I don't want to be the one that is responsible for unleashing the gremlins on the street.
Shoot a confetti cannon up your ass.
There's nothing.
It'll pop out your mouth.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cucumber Pickles.
I just said
Benedict Cumberbatch is Sherlock Holmes. That's a James Corden thing. Sorry. Jim Carrey is always the best. No. Who said what? What? The only Grinch that matters. That is not true.
Ask her if she's talking.
Beyond, are you referencing the old school animated Grinch or the Benedict Cumberbatch one?
Cucumber Pickle.
The Grinch is Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey is the Grinch. That's it. That's the most quotable. Do you quote the Grinch movie? Can you quote the other Grinch movie all the time? You can quote the one with Jim Carrey all the time.
I never quote the one with Jim Carrey.
If I can't find something nice to wear, I'm not going. I say that all the time. But what will I wear? It's the best. Beyond was talking old school, so you thought you had somebody in your corner on that one, and then that went away.
I love it.
Jim Carrey. He's so great. That's it. I'm not going. Kids today, so desensitized with movies, television. So good. I love the one with Jim Carrey. I can watch it all the time. It's so quotable. It's funny. Loathe. Hate.
How was
Double
the Chiefs
hate.
game Sunday, Tony Spark?
The Chiefs game was fantastic. If you really want to know how my experience was at the Chiefs game, you should go check out the video I posted after the live at @TonySpark_ and make sure you follow me.
Hey, yo.
Yeah. Because it was pretty fun. We had a good time.
At least.
All the Thunder boys were there. We had Caden Thunder. We had Dusty Thunder. We had Brady Thunder.
Hey, yo.
We had Tony Spark. It was fun. I had a good time.
Yeah. It was a great game.
Put some really good food at the tailgate. It's very good steak. Was chef's kiss. Queso was also very good.
Queso was spicy.
Queso was spicy. The beers was good. Keith had a good time. Keith was there. Ted was there.
Going for the division.
Doing for the division.
Good job.
Did Ted make an appearance? Yes, Ted made an appearance. Ted was there. I do have to say, I think Keith showed up before Ted showed up.
He did.
Keith was having a good time. There were sometimes I would just turn and look at Keith and I would just point at him and he'd just be like,
There was a moment when we were departing the tailgate to go see if the pro shop was open, which was the whole debacle.
it was so funny.
But Keith comes over to Tony, and Brady and I are walking off at this point, so we stop and wait for him. But Keith goes, I'm having fun drinking.
And then at one point I was like, see you in there. And Caden goes, I'm drunk. It was great. It was so much fun.
He had a good time.
Makes you warmer. That's for sure.
It was a good time. You know, I was honestly colder, I think, at the tailgate than I was in the game. I was never cold in the game.
Oh, no.
Maybe because you're like,
You pack a lot of warm bodies together,
you're
yeah.
packed in there like that. Once again, tried to make the Jumbotron in the beer hat. Didn't work. It wasn't for lack of trying. I feel like the section kind of got on board trying to hype me up. I felt like there was some hype there. I thought we got good FaceTime with the camera at the beginning of the game, the broadcast one. So I had some hope there because it was like right? I mean, we were all like, I was like pointing at it with the beer hat. I was trying to,
like right on.
it was like right there. I thought that they liked
Maybe
it.
they were just doing a test right then.
Probably the guys in the production truck were like, hey, look at this guy in the beer hat. But apparently it wasn't good enough to put me on the broadcast because Candy Thunder had to burst that bubble.
It happens.
It happens.
If I was running that Sky Cam, I definitely would have given you airtime, Tony. Not that it was
The beer hat was a very popular thing among the Chiefs fans,
Yeah, it
though.
was.
People, I got a lot of beer hat guy. And I'm like, what's up?
Toby the baby? No, Toby didn't go.
Oh, Toby. No, it was
Toby? Some grandma you are.
you have forgotten your grandchild.
Who's Toby?
That project is over.
What? Oh, wait.
Toby is no longer with us.
Where is Toby?
Toby's in the foods class. he went to the facts class.
So wait a minute. After,
I miss Toby.
so now your grandchild is about to be cupcakes. Is that what we're-
It's the circle of life.
So apparently, when Toby is done with that class, he's now in the cooking class.
Now
and
Toby's gone.
in the arms of the angel.
Just became so sad. All right, we better jump back
Poor
into the
Toby.
stories here.
Anyway, follow at Tony Spark _ for all of Ted's latest adventures. Bye, peeps.
Tony Spark, ladies and gentlemen.
Jim Carrey's the only Grinch.
I hate to burst your green furry bubble here, but the Grinch existed before Jim Carrey,
But he made the
so he can't be the only Grinch.
the Grinch what it is.
I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, we are still going for the Fest crowns. We have 49 to 185 on them already. We've got a good start here. No abused puppies. Yeah, poor Toby. Poor Toby. He's not a puppy, though. It's fine. Toby. Schmidt. Sorry. Hey, Real Broad, Trisha Ness, Tony Spark, Mrs. Drex, Overkill Mill dropping some Fest crowns there. Thank you so much for the love. We'll dive into the next story here.
Spicy story.
Spicy story, I mean.
Do
Do a spicy number 2?
yeah, spicy number 2. Spicy
On camera? Okay. All right. Hey, ladies and gents, it's Dusty Thunder with yet another story for you, but it's this one. Spicy story. And we don't mean NSFW, we mean dramatic spicy. Title of this story is Am I the Astronaut for Telling My Adoptive Sister That She Wasn't My Sister After Our Dad Died? We'll play the poll game for this one. That doesn't sound like a very nice thing to say. Let's start it. Poll has started now. Title again. Am I the astronaut for telling my adoptive sister that she was not my sister after our dad died? Yeah, it seems like something you should definitely not do. I'm going all the way on that one. I'm going Ask on One. Ask on One, tell you what. Tell you what.
There you go.
Mercy, spicy number 2 does not sound good. Yeah. Let's discuss proper timing, OP, Sergeant Mac. Yeah. Yeah. Now, there could be a very good reason for it. But, off the rip, title alone, no context, yeah. Terrible. And Miss Helene Silver, Jamie Solutions Only, thank you so much for the love. Yo.
Nice cup.
Hey, nice cup, pal. Nice cup. I forgot my normal one, so I grabbed one of the clean ones over. This is probably yours. So, sorry.
That's her cup.
Oh,
Is that my cup?
nice cup.
I have the red one. She has the
It
yellow.
was clean.
How did it get up to the office?
I don't know, but it was clean, so I put ice and water in it.
That's how I got up to the office.
I didn't bring it up here. I forgot my water, and it was clean sitting over there. I will not be accused. Yes, you forget your cups because you have 12 to tote around every
No, I
place.
don't.
You
I
have to
have
you have to bring a little train of containers with wheels just to carry the cups behind you.
I don't forget my cups at the office. You brought that here and stole it.
Shall I bring out the basket of cups and we can analyze whose is whose? I'm trying to bring out the Exhibit A.
2 thunders, 1 cup. That's
Oh no, my God! No.
All right, let's dive into the story here. Title again, and Ask on One won on this one hard. Title of this one again was Am I the Astronaut for Telling My Adoptive Sister That She Was Not My Sister After Our Dad Died? Throwaway account because I don't want the IRL people to find this. I, 18 male, have 2 biological siblings, Piper, 18 female, and Lotus, 18 NB. alongside an adoptive sister, Talia, 19 female. My dad, 47 male, and mom, 46 female, are both dead. Mom died 5 years back because of a disease, and thus it's been just my dad taking care of all 4 of us, while also taking care of a bakery. I should also say that I'm the eldest of his biological children. Talia has been living with us ever since she was a baby, and I honestly don't know what life looks like without her. It's a well-known fact that she's adopted, and that didn't really affect family dynamics, even though it should have. People always assumed that because Talia was the eldest out of all of us that she should be given the bakery when Dad passed, but nobody ever actually thought that. They said to my face they thought Talia or I would be good picks for running the company, right up until Dad got unalived, and it was revealed last Wednesday that she was, in fact, his heir. She got everything, the bakery, the money, the house. Meanwhile, I only got the bank account I can't access until I'm 25. Talia was shocked. I was floored. I didn't think that Dad would actually do something crazy like this. Talia isn't an actual blood-related part of the family. Sure, she's smart and stuff, but what does she know about running a bakery or being Dad's actual kid? She didn't even step in when Dad was being unalived. Why does she deserve it when I tried to help? She just stood there like a stupid deer while that guy just unalived my dad. Oh, Jesus. It was like a big deal. Piper, my actual sister, could see that I was stressed out and angry over this and tried to comfort me after the will reading, but I was just so angry. I snapped at her, yelling that Talia wasn't our actual sister, so why did she get it all? Dead silence. You could hear a pin drop. Piper then suddenly turned around and walked away. I think she was holding back tears and left me alone in the courtroom lobby. I could see that she was guiding Talia out and telling her something, probably about what I said. I still don't understand why. Doesn't she get that Talia is the reason why our dad is dead? Why does that traitor get the will and not me? How the fuck is she the reason that he's dead?
The person that did that is the reason.
Right, the person who unalived him would be the reason for that. She stood there in shock, and yeah, you know what? Being paralyzed by shock is a thing, but that's not what this is about. That's not what this is about, OP. This is about the decision that your dad made before then to put in a will that he wanted to leave those things to her. And you said up front here, she's lived with your family since she was a baby. But then say, like, how the hell does she know she's not even real family? Well, it sure sounds like she is. It sounds like you're throwing a little bitch fit here because you got your feelings hurt because someone else got left things that you thought that you deserved. Well, guess what? You don't get to make those decisions. When it comes to a will, when it comes to somebody's passing, like, you can be as pissed as you want, but you don't get to make the decisions. And you don't get to be pissed at her for being the recipient of those things that she didn't know were going to be left to her. Okay? How is that her fault? How is it her fault that your dad decided to leave things to her? How in the hell are you going to blame her for that? And if nothing else, you're only proving why she was left those things, why your dad's trusting her to run the important things, because she kept a cool head even when you were a dick. Oh, Tony Spark added a couple of comments on here. Comment, YTA, how dare you call her a traitor? What would you have liked her to do? Jump in front of your dad to tackle the guy to the ground? Probably respond differently to people respond differently to traumatic events. Also, she hasn't just been living with you. She's been a part of your family for your entire life and likely hers too. Have you stopped to ask yourself why she got what she did? Maybe she is better at business or had a closer relationship with your dad. I understand that you're grieving, but you sound greedy and selfish right now. Agreed. And when people turn someone's passing into a freaking money grab or get butthurt because other people got something that they didn't, I'm like, you're not entitled to anything. You don't own any of it. It's not your decision to make. Comment 2, YTA. Firstly, she didn't create his will. Punishing her for your dad's decision is just wrong. Secondly, those were his assets to do with as he pleases. While I can understand you might feel hurt, that's up to you to get help to deal with it. Part of loving our family is to respect their wishes. You should be grateful you got anything at all. You aren't entitled to anything in his life. Also, fight, flight, or freeze are all responses people have. Her going into freeze is as natural as if she fought or fled. Faulting her for this is wrong. Please get professional help as you navigate your way through all of this versus lashing out at everyone. Agreed. And yeah, we have to remember that OP is grieving here too, right?
I do have some comments from OP
Okay, Tony Spark is farming some comments from OP to give us a little bit more clarity here as well. We do have to remember that he's grieving too, right? Everybody's grieving here, and that's, that has to be a consideration, and you go through heightened emotions during that time too. But still, like everybody's grieving, it's a level playing field. He doesn't get to blame her for any of this. He doesn't get to. I understand his need to blame somebody, but how about blaming the person who actually unalived your father, not the person who was left things to? And yeah, you can't say that she's not family, because she very much is. She's been with the family as long as you have, if not longer. You cannot say that what does she know about running a bakery? Well, as much as you do. I mean, she's been around same amount of time, if not longer. So none of these arguments hold up, dude. It is just you choosing her to put all of your frustration and anger that comes from grief onto, right? And surely after the fact here, you're going to be like, you know what? I don't really feel any of those things. She's going to do a great job about it. I was just hurt and didn't know what to do with it. That's why you need professional help, to be able to sort through those feelings. And sorting through big feelings like that can be scary, and they'll bubble over in unintended ways unless you figure out how to process them and deal with them. And that's what getting help is all about here. So, but I think that you're risking the relationship with your sister right now. Whether you say that she's your real sister or not, you're risking that relationship right now, and it's going to be on you to mend that. Elise says, also, if he isn't 25, Dad might have felt he wasn't old enough to take it on yet. Truly, yeah. Oh, and to be like, all I got was this bank account. I can't even access it till I'm 25. Dude, you got a bank account. And we didn't talk about what's in it, which to me says, like, you weren't bitching about how little was in it. So you probably do need to be thankful for what you got there. OP's response here says, I'm considering therapy, but I doubt that it will help. My family will come around. Piper has a bleeding heart, and I doubt she'd just leave after all this.
I also put the response to that first comment under that first.
Okay, in response to the first comment was, done something other than freeze in place. I actually tried to help, not my problem. I got a concussion and passed out, and my family isn't talking to me right now, so my family might not even be my family right now. And she for sure had a better relationship with my dad. He never had enough time for the rest of us because he was focusing on her. It got worse after Mom died. I just thought that he would understand the bakery wasn't his dream after all. Huh. Okay. Yeah, final OP comment. I feel like I'm just bouncing around and
Sorry.
I don't know what's happening here. Final OP comment here. Thanks for the comment. You and a few other commenters made me realize how fucking stupid I am. JFC, I don't know what to do now.
He's grieving.
So at least he's having something that somebody said finally caused enough pain, like in his heart, for him to be like, gosh, I'm a dick. And like, that's the first thing that has to happen, right? There's got to be a startle for him to finally look at himself and have that out of body experience, to be able to see himself and see just how ugly he's being right then. And then do something with it. And we've talked about this a lot in several situations. Like, admitting that you're wrong and admitting that you're being a monster is one thing. You've got to do something with that. You can't just admit it and then expect everything to magically change, right? Admitting it is step one. You have to take the other steps. Beyond says, the animosity between family that lingers after a parent dies is something that may go on forever, though. Something similar happened to my family with my granddaddy and my mom and his other family. That's terrible. And you know what? If they didn't have stuff to leave behind, how many of those post-passing dramas wouldn't happen? If people didn't leave inheritance behind, how much drama would there be after their passing? None. It's wild. It is wild. 110 to go on the goal for another spicy story. TikTok side, we're at 76 of 185 on the Fest Crowns. The Fest Crown. Dixie Blue still. It could be an old draft, but he still has 2 other daughters. Well, and we don't explicitly know that no one else got anything.
He also said, what was I supposed to do? I'm 5'9". Don't laugh.
So he was lashing out, or he blames her for freezing when this happened. He tried to jump in, got knocked over, and got a concussion. So, like, I mean, I don't know. This is grief that is fueling this, but he's going to burn every bridge that exists right now, and he's going to end up alone on an island. And maybe at that point he realized the damage that he's done. I just hope he's able to repair it in time. Right now, this is all on him. It's all on him. He's got to figure out how to process these feelings before he does any more damage to the relationships around him. Oof. Okay, we will dive over to the next story here. Let me get some music rocking while we pivot. Pivot. Am I in 4? Is that right, Tony Spark?
Yes.
Okay. So if you're around for the lives, or if this is your first live, Wednesday lives are quite a bit different than the Sunday nights or Monday nights if the Chiefs play Sunday nights. Wednesdays are produced and directed by Tony Spark over there, and Sunday nights or Monday nights are produced and directed by Candy Thunder, who still jumps in and helps produce and direct during the Mondays as well, because I require a lot of direction. But we get to experience like 2 very different shows for each of those shows during the week. So if you make one, my point is you should start trying to make the other as well. Try to come to both. Hang out with us. Life with London. Don't fret, the party is here. Well, heck yeah. Also, Frankie J's mama says she's the party on the TikTok side. So we got to get you two together there. Hey, Karen Perry, that Alaska girl. Bailey Chapman with the best crowns. Mama says so. Pugmon, Myra Catalina, Firestar, Seawall Baby. Mandy, Seawall Baby dropping more fest crowns. Heck yeah. Mandy, Candy Thunder, Mama says so. Stacy Lynn Foxworth, Tony Spark, Tay, Melissa, Maddie, Candy Koala. Thank you so much for the love. You know, I think you got to think about that when you have kids too, and you start, getting to white beard phase. It's like I would love nothing more than to have a pile to leave behind to make the kids' lives and their kids' lives easier. But the thought of it causing squabbling, it's a fear I guess all of us have to think about. Angel dropping the $2 super said, did we ever figure out what was missing from the shelf? I don't know, did you? Did ya? And why? So the why was the important part. All answers will come out in due time. Within the next month. All right, here we go. 4. Hey there, it is Dusty Thunder once again with another story for you. This one is titled, Am I the Astronaut? I told my sister-in-law to get a baby sister. Sorry, I screwed that up already. Am I the astronaut? I told my sister-in-law to get a babysitter or a plastic bubble for her kid. Okay, we'll play the poll game. This is a complete shot in the dark, but you know what? What the hell? We'll do it anyway. Am I the astronaut? Told my sister-in-law to get a babysitter or a plastic bubble for her kid. I'm gonna go ask on 2 on this because I don't understand what's happening. Is it a duck? It could be. Who hid my duck? It's time for the duck hunt. I will tell you, Rebecca, did Navy ever yank on my beard when she was a baby? No. I mean, a few times, but we put a stop to that pretty quick. But I will tell you, yesterday, whenever I came home after a lunch meeting, and she was very lovey with me. Like she wanted to hug and lay her head on me, and then like she'll like kiss me on the forehead. And I kissed her on the forehead, but then she started doing this thing that she has not done before, and she was like a cat. She was rubbing her face all over like my beard. Navy yesterday was rubbing her face all over my beard like it was some kind of therapeutic thing for her, and I'm like, what are you doing?
No, she was pretending to be a cat.
Yeah, she was being a cat. Oh, she was still doing that today?
To Stephanie. It was like this whenever she was getting her exam.
Well, she pretends to be our cat. She'll
Stephanie
just
was like, so what's your kitty cat name?
drop a deuce in the middle of the floor.
She's old.
Glitterbeard, Jasmine? Christmas glitterbeard? I don't know. I have beard ornaments. I may do those. I don't know about glitterbeard.
Yes. I say veto.
Candy Thunder says veto. It ain't happening.
I don't like it, brother.
Don't like it, brother. NTA won, but this one's quite a bit more spread out. NTA came up with 49 votes. The next closest one was AskCon 2 with 36. So let's find out where we stand here. Mercy with the $5 super said, my dad saves all of his money so he can live in retirement. He does live now, so just a YOLO. Don't save it all. It's not
That's
a
my
bad,
motto.
not a bad plan. That's Ted's motto. Ted's motto is YOLO. Tony Sparks' motto is, why the hell did Ted spend all my money?
Work until noon on the day of my funeral.
I'm scheduled to go out
There you go.
at 0500.
Here we go. My sister, female 30, has a toddler under 3. A few months ago, she decided that the local family should rotate a family dinner one day a month. Locally, it's her family, my husband, and their younger brother and his new wife. Sister-in-law hosted first at their home. Little brother picked a restaurant. We can't host at home because nephew is allergic to everything and I have cats. I mean it when I say this kid is allergic to everything. Milk, wheat, eggs, soy, tree nuts, peanuts, and half a dozen others I don't remember. Oh, Hubs and I don't have or want kids. When it was our turn, I suggested 3 restaurants that were middle distance for all 3 families. One was a pizza place with a brick oven that I said I preferred. Sister-in-law goes one by one of why she can't bring her fragile child to any of these places. The pizza place was a no-go because of wheat dust in the air giving the kid a rash. I pointed out in the group chat that she can always bring baby/toddler food for the kid and they never eat off the menu anyway. I also suggested that she could get a babysitter since she's been trading off babysitting with a mom from her church. I suggested 3 restaurants total and the babysitter... Sorry, words are hard. I suggested 3 restaurants total and the babysitter, but everything was rejected. That's when I told her to get a babysitter or put the kid in a plastic bubble. I erased a line that definitely would have made me the astronaut. The kid is too fragile to survive outside of the womb. Resolution: instead of a dinner, we're going to a botanical garden to see a Christmas thing. I'm sure we'll discover new things that the kid is allergic to while we're there. That was my first thought. Like, a botanical garden is just, if you got allergies. Edited to add, the second restaurant was a Greek place. That was a no because of the yogurt. The third was a place that does Chinese noodles and dumplings. Wheat again. Brother-in-law chose a major chain steakhouse. So the title was Am I the Astronaut? I told my sister-in-law to get a babysitter or a plastic bubble for her kid. I mean, you can't be pissed at a kid for having allergies here, right? But I think as a parent of a kid with allergies, there's also, like, you can't punish everyone else for that either. So if you've got the kid, if you are the allergic party, there's, I feel like there's a responsibility there to come up with a short list of options. Like, if the whole world isn't an option, then start with what is. And let people choose from that, right? But the plan of rotating the dinners was just doomed to begin with because of this thing. And if one family has to be super careful, let them produce the menu of options so that you're not throwing out a bunch of things that aren't options. Now, you don't have to be a dick about it. Like, you're it was a very blunt grandpa statement here. Well, get a shitter or a bubble because the kid can't survive in the outside world. You can't blame the kid for having allergies, man.
But steakhouses have wheat.
So, yeah, steakhouses have wheat. I don't know. Like, maybe mom's taking that to an extreme and finding things that just to be like hyper fixated about or hyper aware of, hyper vigilant. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. But you can't be mad at the kid. But the whole thing was doomed to begin with here. Parent is overcautious and the OP is underconsiderate. That's a good way to put it, Angel. I think there's a balance here. I ultimately think it's an everyone sucks here because mom would have had to come up with options instead of just shitting on everything. It's like when you're trying to come up with dinner options with your partner and you name 3 things and they say no to everyone. Then you're like, okay, it's your turn to come up with a few. It's gotta be like that, right? And if she knows she's gonna shit on every idea that gets thrown out, unless it's one of these few things that she feels like are safe, then lead with that. Don't waste everyone's time here and inconvenience everyone else what seems like intentionally. And I understand OP's irritation here because it's like, oh, here we go again. But you can't blame the kid for having allergies either. So I'm saying everyone sucks. Everybody sucks. Punk Bush, it is not the large astronaut helmet. That typically has not been on that shelf. It's on top of the sound booth over here. Just stay home. You don't have to go to everything. Yeah. No dinner parties solve this. No dinner parties. Yeah, I don't know why they started this in the first place. Compromise with an adults only night out, which is where the babysitter thing came from, right? But then it'll be, oh, but then if we go into this restaurant that has wheat dust particles floating through the air, then when we come home, we've got to go through the full decontamination protocol, which takes 4 to 5 hours.
Why was the yogurt an issue at the Greek place?
You're allergic to yogurt, but it's not like the yogurt is floating through the air, but it's like, yeah, I know. There's some extremes here. There's some extremes. I don't understand.
You walk in the door and get yogurt flung in your face.
Yeah.
But hold on, though. If you go to a major chain steakhouse, you're telling me they don't have...
No, the Major Change Steakhouse definitely does. I don't know.
All those things that she's objecting to are going to be at...
Yeah, every single one of those places is going to have some kind of problem, which is why ultimately I think it's on mom to be like, here are the real choices here. But, it's an everyone sucks here. Everybody sucks. Everybody. All right, I'm getting some music rocking here while we... Oh, great time for the puzzle to pop up. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. We are at 117 of 185, and as a reminder, that's for the Fest Crown things. As a reminder, Google Docs is still shitting itself on me. That will unlock a Spicy Story and Candy Thunder feedback. Elise, dropping the $2 super said, how is this child going to go to school then? Good question. There are obvious things that need to be handled on that side, but as it relates to this situation, you've got somebody who is hyper-vigilant, and then somebody who is, is it hypo? Is that under? Hypo shit giver. And maybe it's because it's a cumulative effort. So like the frustration is an accumulation of having to deal with this over time. It could be that, and in that case I understand it more, but still you can't blame the kid. But you can blame the mom for being a poor communicator, being hyper vigilant, not wanting to go anywhere. And if that's the case, fine, but lead with that, right? Is this the only child going? Not sure. Not sure. It is not the lightning bolt. Good guess. Not the lightning bolt though. It's up there. Yeah, it's just further down. It's about control, not about allergies. Robin Marty, I would buy that. I'd buy that. Daniela Elliott received a gifted sub from Daniela. Hey Daniela, thanks so much for sending that gifted sub her way. Tanya, welcome to the Gosh Egged Fan. Mama Jen, Cake the Rogue, sending those fest crowns out. Allie, Janice 2014, Rebecca, Adventures with Pam, Stacey Lynn Foxworth, Tanya Pimbleton, Mama Joe, Quiet Knitter, Jerry Hill, Daniela, Lily Ferry, Jerry, Tony Spark, Kelly Lingard, Jane Wright, Mongao, NB the G. Thanks so much for the love, guys. Rebecca, Allie, I see you there too. Thank you so much. A YouTube plaque? I don't have one of those. I'm not cool enough to have a YouTube plaque yet.
59K to go.
59,000 followers to go to get our first YouTube plaque.
I think they started at 100,000.
Yeah, I think it's at 100K too. Margarita, it was indeed the golden astronaut statue. Now the why is the more important piece there. All right, we're going to dive over to our next story, and hopefully during this story we can get the Spicy Story and Candy Thunder feedback unlocked. NB the G license plate. We might have had the license plate up there at some point, but took that down a long time ago. Elise, no. You know why as well. Elise knows why it was gone, but can't say. No spoiling. You get muted. Okay, here we go. Hey there, it's Dusty with yet another story for you. This one is titled, Am I the Astronaut for Letting My Wife Hand Wash Dishes for 3 months before replacing the dishwasher? I'm trying to imagine this happening in my home, and yeah, that would be an asshole move. Am I the astronaut for letting my wife hand wash dishes for 3 months before replacing the dishwasher? I see several problems here. The biggest of which is, why is she the only one washing dishes? Second of which is, how are you using this to control her? Like, what are you gaining from this? I'm gonna go hard on this one. Going hard on this one. Ask on one. I'm going to ask on one because if this was an intentional power play and a misogynistic bullshit kind of move, like it's only her job, then yeah, not okay. She intentionally broke it? Maybe. Oh yeah, letting. Good keyword call out there, Donna. Am I the astronaut for letting my wife hand wash dishes for 3 months before replacing the dishwasher? maybe that was just a poor word choice, but letting, like he tricked her into thinking the dishwasher was either still broke or that he didn't have the capacity, or maybe it was back ordered or something. But anyway, yeah, it's bullshit. Ask on one. Right now, anyway. Right now, and that one took the cake with 78 votes. The next closest one was Ask on 2 with 36. So we got some strong feelers going on about this one. Here we go. Growing up, my dad drilled it into me to pre-rinse the dishes before putting them in the dishwasher. Some of the places I lived after my parents' divorce didn't have dishwashers, and I worked fast food before enlisting in the military, all of which gave me ample opportunity to hand wash dishes. I do not like it. My wife, on the other hand, grew up with a dishwasher at all times, never worked in food service, and would give me strange looks and argue, why would I wash the dishes before putting them in the dishwasher? It's why we have a dishwasher. Every so often over the past 20 years, I suggest that it might be better for our dishwasher if we pre-rinse the dishes. It was never well received. About 5 years ago, I got a nice Bosch dishwasher and made the suggestion again. It wasn't cheap, and I expected to get a good 10 to 15 years out of it. It was once again rebuked. About 5 months ago, the dishwasher stopped draining properly. The drain line was filled with grease, and I think something jammed up in the impeller motor. 3 months ago, it stopped draining entirely. My wife started hand washing the dishes and complained that we needed the repairs or replace it. I tried a few low-cost repairs, but didn't treat it with any urgency. I also didn't really help with the hand washing. The whole time it was down, I was secretly hoping the hand washing would teach her to pre-rinse the dishes. I picked up a nice new higher-end Whirlpool on Black Friday sale, and it was installed today, so we'll have to wait and see if it worked. Nevertheless, I'm starting to wonder, why the asshole? Edit, for all those who have taken offense to the above statement, let me be clear, we both load the dishwasher. I do it my way when I do it, she does it her way when she does it. Most of the time I keep my mouth shut and don't interfere when she is doing it her way. When she rolls her eyes when I pre-rinse, that is typically when the suggestion is made. Edit, for those upset about the traditional gender roles. By we, I mean she complained that I should repair or replace it. She has more discretionary income than I do after I pay all the bills other than phone and internet, and nothing stopped her from taking action to repair or replace it herself. Interesting. Okay. So, yeah. Huh?
So many strong feelings.
I know Candy Thunder has strong feelings on this, and we're not going to be able to keep her away from the microphone here, even though we haven't unlocked her for the spicy story just yet. We're getting there. So let's go ahead and bring her on up, folks. Come on, Candy Thunder. Come on down. You're the next contestant on pre-rinse or not.
You wash the dishes and then put them in the dishwasher. I will die on this hill. I don't care what anyone else thinks.
I will die on this greasy hill.
And I make him do it too.
She does.
I don't insinuate that he should do it. He fucking does it. Our kids fucking clean everything. Every scrap of food, every little detail is cleaned off of every dish before it goes in the dishwasher, or I will go crazy. And I understand that makes me ask on one, and I do not give a flying fuck. You clean the dishes and then they go in the dishwasher. I don't care. That is gross.
We have
ma'am.
A brush dedicated to like pre-scrubbing all the gunk off before it goes in the dishwasher. However, it doesn't help that you've got like Dawn or whatever the detergent company is out there being like, you don't even have to pre-scrub or pre-rinse, right? And I'm sure
every single time.
I'm sure she's seeing this as evidence. She's like, look, you don't have to. Look, it says right there, you don't have to do it. But there are other effects, right? It's not good to do.
No, I don't fully wash every dish with soap before I put it in the dishwasher. I mean, if it's really gross, I'll wash it with soap with my dirty dish brush and then rinse it off and then put it in the dishwasher. But this is a me problem, but I've made it a household problem, and I take full responsibility for my asshole-ish behavior. But I have a weird thing about dishes and them being like cleaned multiple times. Yeah. So they're all completely aware. They support my crazy, but rinse your dishes. Like, don't put caked on food in the dishwasher, or else you're going to end up washing dishes. And I've lived in houses where you had to wash dishes. It's not.
Hand washing.
I've done it growing up. Like we all took our turns. Like we all did it. I've done it. My first house, like the dishwasher broke right after I moved in. Like I've hand washed, and I've had houses without disposals.
I did my nickel.
I've done it.
I did my nickel in hand washing.
I think my mom's crazy is like vibing in me when it came to the dishes, because she was like very particular about how that was done, and so now it's
okay. So regardless of what your belief system is about pre-rinsing or not pre-rinsing, Was OP the asshole for
No.
not being urgent to make the repairs?
Pain creates change, and this was one of those things. I think he should have done more than insinuate when they got. I mean, man, if I had a really nice dishwasher that I like cost a lot of money, and it sounds like it did, like I would be very particular about how I handled that thing because I wouldn't want it to break.
Yeah.
So I would.
Side note. Well, I mean, it all the words are hard. At the end of the day, the moral of the story is that you like me to clean it before I put it in. And Angel dropped the $2 super here and said, I only hand wash. No point in washing them twice. There are plenty of dishes that we will hand wash only. But even then, we kind of wash them twice, but hand wash twice.
We do, and that's also me. That's a me thing, and I am very thankful that I have a husband that supports.
Who there? Who there?
Why would you do that to me?
To Shmee. So why would you do that to Shmee? That's how it's supposed to go. Also, Elise dropping the $5 super said, if you aren't going to pre-rinse, then guess what you need to do? Clean the catcher and the dishwasher at least once a month. Yep.
I just inhaled wheat.
That wheat dust is floating through the air. It's confetti dust. It's like big confetti, and underneath that, there's microscopic confetti.
You can't
just
do that to
floating
women
around.
who have had babies.
She peed on my leg. There's a little puddle down here.
Oh my God. My whole body's like.
grab onto him like you're being attacked. Like,
if somebody's.
We're being attacked by a rabid clown.
If there's danger, clearly I'm going to hide behind him and push him in front
I'm
of
just saying, if there's a rabid clown involved, you might be on your own.
I don't know.
I'm just kidding.
That's true. I'll be the one in front. If it's a clown, I'm in front. Anything else, it's on him. I mean, he said, Don asked if does he have proof that that's what broke the dishwasher. He said the line was clogged with food and grease, so I would assume that would be what broke the dishwasher. But I obviously don't. I'm not a...
Chat peed too. They peed too. So I think...
God, I know that clip is going to get exported.
I think it's a worthy lesson. I think the communication here and really making sure that you got the new dishwasher installed. I wish you would have made a request, assuming that the installers took the old one away. I would have been like, hey, whenever you're pulling that out, can you show us the clogged hose so that my wife understands the need to pre-rinse here? And also, you guys install these things a lot. Can you like reinforce the need to pre-rinse here? And it's more about taking care of what you have, right? Take care of what you have to make it last longer. Respect it. And beyond, was it you that said don't believe the marketers that run the ads that are like, you don't even have to pre-rinse.
They've got stock in dishwashers.
You could just drop a deuce right in the dishwasher and your plates will come out sparkling clean.
Magic Drop said was the brand Bosch.
Bosch, yeah.
They it doesn't break unless you break them. Apparently that's a really good brand of dishwasher.
Good
Probably
stuff.
very expensive. And if that's what we bought and that was, I don't know, our appliances I feel like are for me in particular, it's a very big purchase, and it's I want to baby them, and they're
right.
As an adult, your appliances are your pride and joy. I had to work really hard to get that new washer and dryer, so it's very important.
And then someday you get a stove that's a little temperamental and it doesn't cook consistently. And then Candy Thunder's like, I fucking hate this thing. Fucking hate it. Whack. Break, you piece of shit. Break.
Our stove, since we've lived in our house for how many years? This is 6 years that we've lived in our house. Our stove for 6 years, we'll stay on, we'll cook on medium for 5 minutes and then just goes to scorching hot. They replaced so many things in it when it was under warranty, and still it won't work right. Yeah. So finally I was take it away. After it burnt 3 dinners in a row, I was get it the fuck out of here.
It's gone. Hey, Rachel Lucas, welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. Also, Tony Spark let us know in YouTube about the next goal on the YouTube side here. Do I still have confetti in my hair?
I gotta go.
You gotta go what, pee?
No, I just gotta go get a thunder hug from somebody to get my body to stop
You need the thunder hug. Yeah. So the question, which was, am I the astronaut for letting my wife hand wash dishes for 3 months before replacing the dishwasher? I'm glad that OP dispelled the assumptions that I had about this being, a gender thing, and also about it being a dishonest thing. It is not any of those things. I think you're going to have to do some more communication, though. Shocker, right? About the need and why and what happened. And I wish you would have collected some evidence from the dishwasher that did get broken so that you could be like, look, here's proof. Here's proof. Or, you know what? Like, go find a video from an appliance repairman that talks about the need to do that. So do some education. We see this a lot with partnerships. Some partners don't give their partner like the credibility level that they're going to listen to, but they will listen to other people. So find someone else saying it and then show that to her. And it may take several attempts at that, but if she won't listen to you, find someone she will listen to, right? Hey, Phyllis Bailey, Fundraising Habits, Angela Grover, Sheena, and Hatbox. Welcome to the Gosh Hecked fam, courtesy of Books Coffee Tea. Books Coffee Tea, thank you so much for sending those gifted subs out there. Greatly appreciate it. Did she say get a thunder hug? Yeah, a thunder hug. Yeah, she talks about that sometimes. And sometimes when we spoon, when it's like, cuddle up time for bed, she'll ask for a thunder hug or a thunder snuggle. And that's like just holding her tightly. Relieve some anxiety, right?
Yeah, I was going to ask them, yeah.
Pop on up.
No, on that topic, my mom shared something to me, and I just wanted to see if anyone had ever heard of it before. But I get really bad anxiety, like what happened now. So I get really shaky and teeth chattery. But
the shitties?
Yeah, but it was this thing, and it was saying that if you take a Hall's menthol, it has to be menthol cough drop, that it's supposed to help your brain focus on the menthol and how it affects your body, sensory. And so it's supposed to help pull you out of the anxiety stuff that you're feeling.
Sounds like a peppermint oil kind of hack too.
Yeah. So
Super
Sour works too.
BioFreeze has the menthol in it, so you can probably do that kind of thing there too.
At least I'm going to use one of the cough drops that you sent and see if it helps.
There you go. Hey-yo.
Sour candy. Okay.
Hey-yo. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
that works.
Yeah, and we do have BioFreeze right over here as well, because I'm an old man and I just smell like menthol all the time. Okay, we are at 152 or 185 on those Fest crowns, ladies and gents, and that, again, is for a spicy story and Candy Thunder feedback. It is 4:48. We got time for one or two more stories. We'll figure it out.
Story from the AITA relationship.
Oh, it is the spicy story from AITA relationship, so we definitely want to get to it. But in the meantime, I'm going to bounce over to story 6. And hopefully we'll unlock that spicy reward story during this reading, and then we will go long if we have to get it read for you, okay? So we'll dive in right now. Hey there, it is Dusty Thunder with yet another story for you. This one is, will I be the astronaut for not sharing the TV I bought in the living room with roommates? Okay. Poll has started. 1 minute. Upper left-hand corner, TikTok side, YouTube side, please vote with a comment. Will I be the astronaut for not sharing the TV that I bought in the living room with roommates? I'm an NTA on this. David Meredith, good to see you. Dropping the $5 super, said, hey, Dusty, unfortunately only getting to see the tail end of the stream, visiting my mom in the ICU. Man, all the vibes for you and for your mom. I hope everything is at least moving in a positive direction there. But thank you so much for popping in. Thank you so much for popping in and saying hi, and using the time that you have to help support what we do along the way. So all the vibes. Your fam is here with you. Sending vibes your way. I'm sorry. Words are hard. I'm an idiot. Caden Thunder, you are not helping. If you're going to cover your mouth trying not to laugh, don't do it right in my line of sight.
I'm sorry.
No.
That was the worst timing.
I know, that was terrible timing. I'm trying to be all heartfelt and genuine, and I say thanks for popping it in.
Oh, I wasn't even laughing about that.
You weren't laughing about that? What were you laughing about? She was just laughing because she wanted to feel included. She didn't know what was going on. Okay, that's fantastic. NTA wins the majority here. Let's dive in and see if that's legit. We're a household of 4 people and have lived together for about 3 years now. One roommate's parents donated a TV for us to use, and one night while we had our mutual friends hanging out, it got hit and the screen messed up. We haven't had a working TV in the living room since then. When we did have the TV, we would all use it. Sometimes I wouldn't use it for a month because I didn't feel like hanging out in the living room, while other roommates did. We'd all share living room space equally without question. I've been wanting to get a TV since I know we all enjoyed it, so I asked if anyone else would be able to pitch in for the cost. I'm talking a quarter of the cost of a probably $300 TV, so it's not like that's breaking the bank. My roommates would say that they would be down. They'd be down when they get paid next, but for some reason, every time I brought it up, they didn't have enough to pitch in. Mind you, they never have pitched in for any of the communal furniture. Most of the stuff we have was given to us, luckily by parents or a friend. I've had to buy the bar stools in our kitchen, the barbecue in the backyard that everyone has used, and the home decor to make our home look nice. Honestly, we were so lucky with people giving us hand-me-down furniture, we probably wouldn't have even had a couch or a coffee table if not. So I got sick of waiting for them and I bought a new TV for the living room. I went ahead and installed a code to access the TV when turned on. My roommates haven't asked about it yet, but I know they will, especially if one of them decides to have friends over. It just pisses me off thinking of them using the TV for their own downtime without pitching in, knowing they would use it. When I have friends over or even when we're all hanging out, sure, I'm down to share, but at this point I feel slighted because of all the things that I've contributed to the household for everyone else to use. Am I the astronaut for adding a code to the TV I bought in the living room and limiting access for roommates to use it? OP, I wish you had made that the title right off the rip here, because the problem that I have is that you can buy something for you that you can use, put it in your fucking bedroom. You don't buy something that is something you know everybody's going to want to use and put it in a communal shared space and then gatekeep it with a code. That's a dick move. Maybe, I mean, let me know what you guys think here, but I think that's a dick move. Like, you're going to keep something to yourself, put it in your bedroom. If you're going to put it in a communal shared space, it's a shared thing. Putting a code on it is just being a petty little bitch. You petty little bitch. Communal area, but they are taking advantage of because they know you'd cover the cost. He set himself up. Donna, you know what? I agree with that. But again, put it in your room. If this is something that you don't want to have, you don't want to share with everybody else, put it in your freaking room. The move to put it in the living room was petty and it was a statement. That's what I have a problem with here. I have a problem over how this was approached. I feel like you have every right to be upset and to keep this for yourself, just not in a shared space. Right? And you buy one for yourself and you say, hey, if you want me to move this out to the shared area, pitch in and it will be all of ours. If not, I'm keeping it in my room. It's mine. That I would respect. It's a little petty, but not nearly as petty as what OP did here. It's a spite move. That's an ass call him one move. He's out there selling codes. It's like, I'm changing the code daily, yo. It's we're fundraising to cover your share of the TV. Today's code is $20.
You gotta Venmo me if you
That's what I was going to
It's
say.
like, the Chiefs are on. How bad you want it, man? The Chiefs are on today. How bad you want that code? I'd be sitting there on the couch watching my phone like our kids do. It's a 55-inch TV on the wall. They want to watch this thing right here. Kids. Youths.
I mean, I paid for the code.
Karika, yeah. You get the frustration when you feel like you're the only one contributing to the space, but yeah, it's petty to put it in the living room. It's a neener tease. It's stupid. I've never seen neener written out.
I know.
That's the thing. Like nanny boo boo kind of thing. She's like, what the fuck is it?
Oh, like the little things on Spyro that were like the little egg thieves?
Yeah, but that's not where it originated. But yes. Yes. We'll relate it to Spyro. That's fine. All right. So where does it land here? OP is definitely an asshole. For me, it's an ASCON too. I feel like, he feels justified here. I don't feel like it's malicious. He's not.
Did you read the edit in the update?
Oh, no, I didn't read the edit in the update. Let me back up here. Let me back my ass up. That came out wrong too. What am I doing today? What is happening? Edit! Since the comments have said YTA and put the TV in my bedroom, I'll add more context. I have a TV in my bedroom. I have the master bedroom. Lately, when we have our friends over, we move to my room to watch sports or YouTube clips, whatever. Naturally, everyone wants to go into my room because it's the biggest room. When I invite our friends over, my roommates will also naturally hang out with us. So I've basically been using my room to host our friends and hang out with roommates. This is also why I'd like the TV in the living room, to get away from everyone using my room to watch TV. Also, communal furniture I didn't buy was given to either my parent or a mutual friend, whom of which I initiated the asking and organizing the delivery and pickup. Okay. So you're the one experiencing the most pain here then, right, OP? And you want to alleviate that pain by putting the TV in the living room. Then put the fucking TV in the living room and take the fucking code off of it. You're the one with the pain here. If you don't want people congregating in your bedroom, put the TV in the living room, remove the code, then your room isn't the hangout room anymore. Your pain has ended. What you are doing now is only going to cause yourself more pain. They're going to turn that TV on and be like, oh, there's a fucking code on this one. Huh, wonder where I'm going to watch TV. I know, where we always do. Go into OP's room. You solved nothing, you petty little man.
Just live alone. I just live alone.
That's true, Candy Thunder. If you got this much of a problem with sharing, live alone.
Or this much problem with people not wanting to help buy a TV.
Yeah. Well, look.
Go get a one bedroom.
Well, look, like living with dudes is a thing, right? Living with dudes, like we're gross, we're always broke. Like playing as a team isn't a great like skill set. It's a thing. Like, you know, living with dudes would be like our furniture is milk crates, and the TV, like the TV is the most important thing. There will be a nice TV in the house. Everything else will be garbage.
Joey and Chandler, Monica.
Yes, Joey and Chandler. Yeah, nice, maybe a nice recliner, nice chair. Maybe not so much anymore. It'd be like a nice TV, maybe an Xbox, definitely an Xbox or something like that. Everything else, garbage. Found on the side of the street. That's it. That's it. Yeah, and he's the one who wants the TV. It's his pain. Just update, removing the damn code and accepting that words are hard. Update, removing the damn code, all caps, and accepting that the TV will be communal by my choice and everyone should be able to use it. Well, good, OP, nice. No, I'm glad you finally got there. Gosh. Yeah. Hopefully this is a growth moment for you, OP. Hopefully. It was an ask on two for me. You definitely shouldn't have done that. It was a petty little bitch move. I'm glad you undid it. You probably took the damn code off the TV after what I said was going to happen, and then they turned that TV on, and they're like, oh, this one's got a code. Let's go watch the other one. Okay, come on.
He said it will be communal by his choice.
This is communal by my choice. I am still now it's going to be, with the TV that I bought that no one else pitched in on, I walk in and I change the channel on because I paid for it. That's where it's going. That's where it's going to go. So maybe you just don't have roommates. All right, ladies and gents, you did it. You hit the Fest crown. We got to give some thanks for it. And then we're going to do the spicy AITA relationship story with Candy Thunder feedback. In particular order here, Cake the Rogue takes the #1 spot. Thanks so much for the love. Ryu Kochiha, Jamie's, Seawall Baby, Bailey Chapman, Candy Thunder, Adventures with Pam, Mongao, Overkill Mill, Tony Spark, AK Mary, Theodino Rex, Trisha G, Hoorn 2010, Solutions Only, Mama Silver, Big Hearted Bo, Real Broadzuba, Janice C, Crystal Stockman, Mama Says So, Pickles, Toxic Teen, Carmelita J, Anna Hansen, Mama Joe, Mandy Chasteen, Elise Kutch, Tricia Nest, Pug Mom, Firestar, Tanya Pilbleton, Miss Helene, and Mine Not Yours. Mine Not Yours. Sorry, I said that wrong. Thank you guys so much for helping us get there. We're going to get another goal set up while we read this next story. That will help to take us out here. Okay, this one will actually unlock confetti and a helmet. If I can find it. There they are. Confetti and helmet We'll probably roll this one over into VIP. Let me get a drink real quick. Is this drama mode? Does this need to be drama mode? No. Huh? Candy Thunder vetoed. Veto. Our kid's gonna be named Vito? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's rock and roll. Hey there, it is Dusty Thunder once again. I got one of these for you. It's a spicy story, muy caliente, and this one actually comes from the AITA relationships subreddit and is titled, Am I the astronaut for wanting to break up with my girlfriend after she rejected my wedding proposal? We're running long, so I won't play the poll game for this one. We'll just dive right in. For context, my girlfriend, female 21, and I, male 21, have been together for 6 years, since they were 15. And over Thanksgiving weekend, I took her on a week-long trip to Hawaii with the intention of proposing to her. I even asked her parents for their blessing and showed them the ring a couple of days before we left for the trip. Hold up, time out. What 21-year-old is like, I'm gonna take you to Hawaii for a week, baby? Like, what do you do for work, sir? Trust fund, baby? Maybe? Mm-hmm. We have talked about marriage before, so we both agreed that we want to marry each other, so the idea of it is nothing new and actually a frequent topic. The issue is that she wanted a grand wedding proposal similar to the ones you might see on TikTok and Instagram. Big marry me, letters on the beach, rose petals on the ground, lights, mariachi, etc. I was absolutely on board on doing that for her if it made her happy, but that was something to be planned at a beach back at home since I wouldn't have the resources to plan it for a trip to somewhere we've never been. Especially because we booked everything as a last-minute vacation just 5 days prior, ironically after she sent me videos of people vacationing in Hawaii. I believed this would be a great opportunity though. I planned to propose to her on the day we arrived. I carried the ring in my pocket all day waiting for a good opportunity to ask her, knowing it wasn't going to be a grand proposal like she had hoped, but I thought because of the circumstances, she would be happy. However, we had some completely unnecessary arguments and I decided to postpone because I didn't want to do it after a bitter day. Traveling will do that to you. The second day there, we had booked a reservation to go parasailing. I did not want to risk losing the ring, so I left it back at the hotel. Good call. We didn't get back to the hotel until 5 p.m. and we started getting ready to go back out in the city. By this time, it was already starting to get dark. She said before that she would want a sunset proposal, and knowing that I couldn't organize any of the other things she had in mind for a proposal, the sunset was the only thing that I had. I missed my chance on that, but we still went out to dinner and drinks. We came back to the hotel afterwards because she was tired. I was too. It was an eventful day. I let her rest for a bit, and around 10:30, I convinced her to go on a night walk with me at the beach. This was when I planned to propose to her. We got to the beach. The city was very much still awake, and the lights of the buildings and the streets combined with the bright moon illuminated the ocean beautifully. We stood there hugging and kissing, both knowing it was a beautiful and intimate moment. I started telling her how much I love her and how I want to be with her my entire life, etc. As I started to get on my knee and reached my pocket for the ring, she stopped me. I hope you're not about to propose to me right now. This isn't what I expected. My heart dropped. I got back up and stood speechless before starting to walk back to the hotel. I was in no mood to talk about the situation and told her we should talk about it tomorrow. We talked about it the next day, and she insists on me doing it again, but this time the right way, during sunset. I tell her I can't do that because she rejected me already. She tells me she didn't reject it, just simply it wasn't how she would have wanted it to happen. We spent the next 4 days in Hawaii in a very tense state, but we had to deal with it until we got back home. We lived together, and for the first night, she went to sleep with her parents. And now she came back, but I don't want to be home with her there. What can be done, or what can be the outcome of the situation? I obviously didn't want this to happen during our vacation, but I can't see it any other way. Is this a valid reason for me not wanting to be with her anymore? I also don't think it's right for me to redo the proposal. Before we get into the update, thoughts? Thoughts? Did she reject him?
She just wants the proposal.
I know. Like, she's not... Gosh dang.
She wants the views. I don't know.
She wants the aesthetic.
She wants the view.
She wants the aesthetic. Like, that's it. This is someone who is going to care more about the aesthetic of their home than the love inside the home. And that's a problem. It's a problem. And OP viewing this as rejecting him, which is not what it is. She's like, you know, there wasn't even like a photographer there. It wasn't sunset. We weren't surrounded by people wearing white. Like, what even is this? Yeah. I mean, are you okay? with being married to someone who prioritizes that over the actual quality of your relationship for the rest of your life, you're 21, man. You're 21. It's so young. It's so young. Don't decide to get divorced so young, which is what deciding to get married to this person would be. All right, update time. So we had another conversation about it once she came back from her parents. She's still adamant that I failed to meet her expectations. Admittedly, I understand I didn't do any of the things she had visualized it to be. I want to emphasize that we're young, and the proposals she's seen on social media are nothing but trends. These proposals have become popular in maybe the last year or two. Prior to that, she's told me that she wants an intimate proposal, and especially away from the public. People are telling me I'm wrong because I knew exactly what she wanted and didn't do it. She also tells me that a proposal is solely about the female and what she wants. What? I think that's bullshit. I know I've told her that I was on board on doing her fantasy proposal, yet I've changed my mind about that. I didn't want to plan this huge thing at my hometown beach just for the spectacle of it. I preferred to do it in a way that I knew we'd both enjoy, in Hawaii especially. Something that really bugs me is she says I made the trip seem like just another trip, nothing crazy or out of the ordinary. It's just another dime a dozen Hawaii trip. Gotta do the Ariana Galinda hair flip. I don't know. It looks awkward when she does it too, so you know it's awkward. This is literally our first ever vacation flight together. The same night that happened, we had brunch, went parasailing, and had a wonderful teppanyaki dinner, if that's how I say it. Am I selfish for changing the whole proposal up without consulting her? I don't understand why some people say that I'm selfish for not doing what she wanted. I still did something that objectively should make any woman ecstatic. I think my focus now is shifting from wondering if it's okay for me to break up with her for turning me down to wanting to break up with her for her ungratefulness in general. Oh, there it is. Another reason why she said it wasn't up to her expectations was because we were both dressed casually. She wanted me to give her prior notice that something special was going to happen by telling her to get glammed up. It's the aesthetic. It's the aesthetic. That's all she wants. She doesn't even want a husband, man. She wants wedding photos. Candy Thunder, why don't you come on up and tell us what you think about all this? Tell you what. I mean, there was a photographer there when we got engaged. Just saying.
This was the... Okay. You hit your arm.
I did. I hit my arm. Hit my funny bone. That whole thing is vibrating now.
Yeah, she only cares about... she only cares about how it looks on social media and not exactly like how a marriage is going to be. Because if this is her expectations about a proposal, like I can only imagine the expectations about everything else.
Oh, yeah.
I once had someone say to me, your daughter's room could be cute if you do this, or your house would look better if you do this. And I was like, one, like, I don't have money to just redo my entire house. And two, like, I like my house. It feels comfy. It feels homey. Like, we're happy there. And the person that said that to me is about to sign her own divorce papers. So,
Ayo.
yeah. I think
your life would be cute if you weren't such a bizzo.
Yeah. I think the point I was making is that the proposal doesn't really matter. Like whether they ask you while you're sick in bed or while you're just having brunch at your favorite place or while you're on the beach in Hawaii, like that's just like means to an end. The marriage is the prize, and maintaining that relationship and nurturing that relationship, that's the goal, not to have this elaborate proposal at sunset where you get to have pictures and post them and tell people how beautiful that proposal was. That is not a goal.
There's 100 people around you and she's super glammed up. She's like, oh my God, I had no idea.
Yeah.
I had 48 prior notice, but I didn't know it was going to be this.
I had no fucking clue when you proposed to me.
Oh, I know.
I thought at a previous time that he was going to propose and then he didn't. But the way that he did it and on his own time and his own terms was so much better than anything I could have ever expected.
I remember the time when you thought I was going to, and I was going to, I just couldn't afford to yet.
Yeah.
But the drive home from that time when you actually said I thought you were going to, like the failure I felt in my heart that
But
drive back.
I think you felt it more than I was giving off, because I think you felt that more.
Sure, yeah. That's me problem. That wasn't a you problem at all. But that was me just really feeling like I had failed. And there's a lot of pressure on guys when it comes to proposing, right? It's you want to do it in a memorable way. And not that it has to be like all glammed up and glitzy and everything, but you want to make it memorable and you want it to be special. And I wanted it to be as special as you are. Yeah. So I think we did that. It was very us. Like how I ended up proposing was very us.
We were bickering 20 minutes before.
Yeah.
We were bickering about the cup earlier, and I'm like, most of our bickering is more like jest. Like, we don't really get angry about like things like that.
No.
But someone was like, it's just a cup. Who cares? And I'm like, we just bicker.
No,
like, we bicker in a fun way.
That wasn't serious.
No, you'll know if it's serious.
Yeah. Or you won't, because it won't happen on here.
But also, if you take me to Hawaii, like, you don't even need to bring a ring. Like, I'm good. If I'm on the beach in Hawaii and you ask me to marry you, fuck yeah, let's do it. Let's do it right here, right now. Like, I'm good. After knowing what I know about weddings, and even if you do a small, tiny wedding, it's still stress.
Yeah.
Like, there's still money involved. So I'm like, I don't. I want this. Like, I don't care about the glitz and the glamour. And I know that some people do, and that is totally okay. But I feel like
what about at 21?
Yeah, I was so much more selfish at 21.
Right. And that's part of the thing we have to remember here is that they're both 21.
Right.
And it sounds like a well-off 21, or from a well-off family 21,
sure.
right? So
if you can if you can change your mind at 5 days, like plan 5 days to go to Hawaii, like that's how long they had to plan this trip. You're not wanting for money, I would assume, or you found like the steal of a deal. But I don't know. Like, I would give that advice to my 21-year-old self. Focus on your marriage, not on the wedding, not on the proposal, because those things fade. Like, you have pictures, you have what you have, but those things aren't really what's going to make your life happy.
She's like, love fades, bitch. Those Insta likes will last forever.
Love fades.
But love fades. Insta likes last forever.
Oh my God, I need it on a shirt.
I am happy for OP though, because OP experienced a tremendous amount of growth going through this, and at the end of it, had that transformation where he was gonna tell her no because he felt rejected, and then finally like had the light bulb moment where he's like, it's not about rejection, it's about just being completely ungrateful, and he is now resenting who she is as a human being. Well, we're a step away from indifference, and it's heading that direction. I'm happy for him.
I think here's the thing that she said, that proposal aside, her rejecting his almost proposal aside, she said, you didn't make the trip special. It was just another trip.
Just another.
Which says that they've been on multiple trips, which, I mean, touch grass, honey, because not everyone's going on trips. Like 5 days, but a week before, like, I want to go to Hawaii, and then someone makes that happen. That is not real life for the majority of people in this world.
They said it was their first trip together.
And it was their first flight, so they may have gone to other places, where that was driving a distance. But
still, I mean, how often do you get out of town? And like, I just think this is very, very entitled behavior.
Yeah. We read a story recently where one of the partners was like, you're not going to be able to afford my lifestyle, and ended up leaving him. And this is who this would become.
Oh,
That's who this person would become. Like, it's her idea of how she sees her life going is lofty. So it's not just the monetary constraints of that, but like the spectacle that you would have on your back all the time. I'm glad you're figuring it out now. Also, Angel dropped the $10 super here and said, I did a whole scavenger hunt, then actually asked when it was just me and my husband in our room because I knew he wasn't the public type. You want it to reflect the desires of the person you're asking. Yeah, for sure. And I think you have to think about the person you're asking and their desires. But I mean, if that was the case, then he should have done the whole hullabaloo thing, right? I think it's about the relationship.
Yeah, her desires changed because she wanted it to be private, and then after seeing social media trends, social media is not real life. Like, it is not real life.
No.
I mean, we try to be
Tony Spark. I mean,
we're us. I will say that. Like, we we are what we are, but we're not going to get on here and fight. And we do fight. We fight a couple times a year, and they're big fights, not pretty. So I'm like, this is not real life. What you see, this magic proposal is not the real thing. I do have a really cool story, and I'll take us out with this one. But when you got me my ring, we had to have it sized down. Yeah, I start them, all of them, by voicing my opinions very loudly. No, I'm just kidding. When we got my ring, we had to have it sized down a couple sizes, and the diamonds on the band kept falling out.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? And
Yeah.
so like our entire time that we were engaged, which was about a year, I had my ring for like 1 month. And whenever they, soldered the two together, they filled in the holes where some of the diamonds had fell out with
like solder.
And so we went back after
It's shiny. That'll do, right?
So we went back,
Whoa.
and where we got it from was like so apologetic, and like because I hadn't had my ring for so long, and he was pissed. But they were like, we're just gonna make a new ring fit to your size. Wear this one for now. The new ring comes back, and the diamond in the center was like, what was it, like a third of a carat bigger? It was just bigger, and we didn't have to.
Not a little bit bigger.
It was a lot bigger.
It was bigger.
Yeah, and we didn't have to pay like anything extra. The ring just came back, and like it was way bigger in the center than it was in the other ring, and I was like, we'll take it. We're going.
And how often does that happen where it's like
don't know.
a customer service, like you have a problem with something and it's a W experience? Like it never happens.
It was
So
a really cool.
We were like, hey,
I was like, get the ring, we're leaving.
things are turning around, Tater.
That's the only good thing that's ever happened.
That's it. That's the only good customer experience, service experience that we've ever had.
That's the only time we've ever won. We have been married for almost 10 years. So 10 years in May.
Yeah.
And
we're a blended family, obviously, but we have 5 kids.
yes, so this is the ring. Same ring, still today. But yeah, it was start the car. Get the ring, let's get in the car before they realize what they've done. We got to get out of here. It was really cool, though. I was telling someone that story the other day, and I was like,
Yeah, it was awesome.
yeah, it was
Yeah. Well, and the whole experience had been hell leading up to that point. So I'm glad that it's rare for a company to step up and do something to make something right, and they actually did. So it was super cool.
Yep.
All right, ladies and gents, we're going to take ourselves out here. We're going to take ourselves out. That's what we're doing right on stream. So we're going to get ready for VIP here shortly. Give us about 10, 15 minutes to get that all set up and ready to rock and roll. Michelle, you're celebrating 34 years Sunday. Congratulations. Also, that's the wrong button. I did not mean to push that button or that button. I'm just pushing random friggin' buttons now. I meant to go to happy birthday here. So if you're celebrating a birthday or an anniversary or some kind of special event this week, or you celebrated something recently, then happy gosh heckin' birthday or anniversary or special event to you. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Always a hell of a good time. Always love hanging out with you. Thank you for being here. We will be live Sunday night at 9 p.m. So we'll see you then, and we'll see you back here next Wednesday at 3 p.m. again. We'll see you here soon. River, happy gosh heckin' birthday to you tomorrow. Did we hit the YouTube goal?
Hey, will you explain how to get into VIP?
Will I explain? Okay, so
The star in the bottom.
I don't know how to get into VIP. I'm always on the other end of it, so I don't know.
Someone said, how in the heck do I get to VIP? I'm special, I need the directions. Okay. If you want to be a member of the VIP, there is a star. I don't know if you can see it, but right in the bottom corner. Or you can click up here, there's a star, and that will take you to the Gosh Heckin' fam.
That's to join. Now, when we start the VIP live...
Yeah, they weren't a VIP.
Okay, so when we start the VIP live, you can come back to the page and really give us about 15 minutes, and then you can jump back to the page and you'll see that we're live. If you're a member of the VIP, you should get a notification, but we can't control that. That's a TikTok thing. So I'd say in 15 minutes, if you haven't received a notification, come back to the page and you should see that we're live. All righty, we will see you here soon, ladies and gents. Little Miss, welcome to the Gosh Heckin' fam. Glad to have you here. We'll see you on VIP soon. Thanks, ladies and gents.
Next live is Sunday.
Next live Sunday, 9 p.m.
Sunday.
9 p.m. Central. We'll get some music to take us out here. Heck yeah. All right, we'll see y'all soon. Thanks again.
Follow at Tony's Park _.
Follow at Tony.